welcome everyone to Adventures on Tap stream, our weekly Wednesday game, specifically where we're playing Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining. If you want to check out our other videos, we do other tabletop role-playing games. This is specifically a D&D 5e adventure, and we are on about session 22. Yep, session 22. So if you wanted to check out previous episodes, we do keep that archived on our YouTube, which you'll find a link in our description below. But in general, if you're not familiar with us, we're a Central Florida organization that runs TTRPG events within breweries for charity. So even though we're doing Twitch games, we still are supporting charity, for which our stream charity is, excuse me, Child's Play. If you're not familiar with Child's Play, they're a nationwide organization that gamifies recovery for children. So we are supporting specifically the Central Florida chapter, but overall, great organization. You can donate there at the bottom right, that big purple button. If you do so, we'll give you a cheers. And just like most Twitch channels, we do have interactions as well. So as you accumulate these points while watching, you can donate said points and have some interactions with our game, like imposing disadvantage or advantage on players or myself. But without further ado, before we kind of dive into the meat of the session, what we like to do is go around the virtual table here, starting with Garrett. What are you drinking tonight, and who are you playing? And who are
Oh,
you?
all right. Well, as said, I am Garrett. I am playing Nib Farkle. I am a goblin blood hunter. And tonight, I thought I was buying a local beer, and turns out my Googling skills are not what I hoped they would be. So I am drinking Golden Road Brewing Mango Cart, which is delicious. It just happens to be brewed in Los Angeles or St. Louis. So I'm uh, I'm going import today.
Hey man, you know what? Business owner in America, that is small business.
There you go.
That is true.
Hello, everybody. I am Ken, and tonight I will be playing, possibly for the last time, the Shatterkai monk Tregol Evelev. We're gonna have to see how these death rolls go, death saves go. But regardless of whether the death saves go in my favor or not, I am drinking the aesthetic, which is a prickly pear and mango sour from my friends over at Hourglass in Longwood. So go check them out. It's a very good sour if you like those, if you like that style.
And my name is Chris, and I am playing Ragnar, the human barbarian. And tonight I am drinking a little bit of a mixture tonight, an apple mead that I made, but also mixed with cinnamon whiskey and apple pie moonshine from a distillery in St. Augustine. It is very strong.
That sounds really good, though.
I feel like it's only
I'm
going to
Ferg.
contribute to Ragnar's craziness.
No doubt. I'm Ferg. I'm playing Barry, the Turtle Druid. Tonight, I'm polishing off my Veterans United Wacky Badger, veteran-owned brewery up in Jacksonville. It's good stuff. Um, yeah. Don't worry, Tregol. I got you.
And I am Kyle, and I am playing Skye Spirit Flight. Uh, Hopefully here to help the situation, but definitely here to drink more Orange Crush from Hin Springs Ale Works. I always forget. There it is, Hin Springs Ale Works. Always forget the name.
All right, and I am Joe. I am the DM for the series. I am currently drinking not a local beer, but being that it was St. Patrick's Day just a few days ago, I am polishing off um, Murphy's Stout. If you haven't heard of Murphy's Stout, arguably, an underdog in the scene of popular Irish stouts, and in my opinion, better than the Guinness. It's pretty good. If you haven't had it, check it out. um, But traditionally at our events and on our stream, before we hop into the adventure, we like to do a cheers. So go ahead and grab whatever you're drinking and join us as we raise our glasses, and at the count of three, say to adventure. 3, 2, 1.
To
To
adventure.
Adventure.
All right. So a quick synopsis of what happened in our last session last week was that the attacking undead continued their assault on the group as Niff and Tregol rushed out of the red tent asking where the wizard disappeared to. And on cue, ice and fire rained down on the party, knocking Tregol unconscious and debilitating the party. Pushing through the pain and a bout of frenzy from Niff, the party finally brings the red wizard to his end. Investigating the well,
Literally.
they discovered
You're
a hidden
watching.
chest containing a spectre that had possessed a lantern and stole the life energy of Skye's dear companion, the bear, Ursa. With recent experiences with undead and apparitions, the party slowly started to investigate below the tower and discovered an odd room, inside which they found a large armoire that was much more than what they had assumed as the door opened to a row of salivating teeth crunching onto Tregol's arm. Well, actually, not in time. You pulled it away, but then it latched onto you and took a big bite. So we're going to go ahead and pull you over.
It was a really hard
Um,
wizard.
It was a really, really hard.
Lloyd's character from Castaway is bleeding
Will
into
Bill.
your
What was
brain.
it? Will
Yeah,
Bill?
right.
Woodle Bill.
Oh, dude, he was cracking me up with that RP. All right. So we're gonna start the combat back. Yep.
Wait, what is happening? Why is the ground filled with pee?
What?
Say what?
It's all yellow.
Oh, I think it has to
What?
do with an aura.
Whose aura is peeing on the ground?
Someone activated something.
Honestly,
Somebody's sight, I
if
think.
any of us had to say that, it's probably Ragnar.
I mean, I can only see it on the stream side, so I think it might be you, Ragnar.
You know what it
It's
is?
Barry's light.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, okay.
lantern.
Oh, from the
Oh.
lantern.
Lantern. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I forgot. We left off combat with Tregol rolling his first death save, and unfortunately had failed said death save. So
Yes.
he's one death save fail down.
Okay, I saw I had one failed, and I thought, oh, I thought we left off where I was getting ready to roll another one, and I was like, okay, this better not
I
be a
think I
nat
only
one.
got through one round of combat, not two.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
we'll just roll with that. Because
Might have
I
saved
don't
you.
honestly recall. So if it is that case, then I guess you get inadvertent forgiveness.
He in the logs. He only has one death save, so it's
Okay.
probably just the first combat.
Yeah, and it's the last thing I see in chat, so I
Mhm.
did roll it just
Oh.
before we ended. Okay.
We hadn't even gotten
A mighty
through like one
three.
initiative round yet.
True.
Yeah, because you're up, Ragnar.
Well, Niff is.
Oh no, Niff
Yeah,
is
Niff
up.
is up. So Niff, you're up with Ragnar up
All
next.
right. Real quick, I'm going to turn to Barry. Can you get Tregol if I distract this thing?
Cha, bro.
All right. I'm going to use a bonus action and change to my lycanthrope form. And then, since the bonus action was used for that, I will just run forward and I guess, yeah, try and get in front of Tregol there. I don't want to stand on top of him. Yeah, and I'll just attack the guy with my predatory strike. Oh boy, awesome. Awesome sauce.
Starting off the night.
Yeah, well, this is only typical for me. So that's a whole 8 to hit.
An 8 does not hit.
Stop.
Stopping.
Stop
You
it.
have advantage because fairy fire is affecting the creature.
Oh, is fairy
Mm.
fire still a thing?
Yes, it's
Yes,
still on
because
there.
Nice.
it's concentration.
Yep, 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 yep.
Wait,
Okay.
does everybody get advantage?
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Ooh,
Quadruple advantage.
saying that mainly
no
for
ruckus.
All
Ragnar.
right. Heyo, that's a 12.
Hey yo, that 12 does not hit.
All right. Well, I tried.
So you see, excuse me, this massive armoire with teeth and eyes and a large tongue flailing about trying to find its next target, and also like getting confused by all these sprinkling lights around him. As you go and take, stabs at this creature, it just happens to either bump into you to knock you off your feet before you take the first throw, and then similarly, the other one just misses as he conveniently moves towards Ragnar. Ragnar or Niff, is that your turn?
Unless you'll give me some sort of way to shove Tregol towards Barry, so Barry doesn't have to come into range.
I would say, being that you expended, I believe, action and bonus action.
Oh yeah, I definitely did. I was just, you gotta give a shot in the dark. Sometimes you
Yeah.
hit.
Might as well ask.
That's all I got then.
All right, so Ragnar, you are up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do barbarian things and attack it twice. First one is 17 to hit. Second one is 13 to hit.
Both of those hit.
Oh. Okay. That is 13 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
It figures that I roll a 12 doesn't hit. You roll a 13 and get both your hits. This is great.
And that's it for my turn.
All right, yeah. So you slam your war picks into this creature, and as expected, with a pick in general, it's gonna go through some material as you just slam down into them. Bits and pieces of wood, but combined with flesh, flies around the room as you pierce into them with each of the war picks, pulling them out, ready for your next blow.
After I pull it, I'm like, I don't like the texture of this thing. This is weird.
All right, on to Skye.
I will hopefully be able to hit my attack this time.
Wait, hold on. Can I pass on the popcorn advantage that I have without actually using it? I'd be feeling like I'm never gonna use it.
You could try and intimidate the thing, use it, and then move on. You have talking's a free action.
I was gonna say, yeah, go pass it, but Garrett has a valid point.
Yeah, you might as well get some use out of it.
True.
Okay. Then after I hit it, I'll just say,
I mean, I would also argue that
Just scream in its face.
if I feel like if a GM regularly gives you inspiration, you could technically say no. We can go off of that, and you just pass it.
okay, I'll just
But
pass it.
we'll roll it random if anything.
Okay, that's fine. I'll pass it.
All right, so we'll do a. We got 5 of you, so we'll do a d6 minus.
Well, you're playing too, aren't you?
Two valid point.
Why?
Garrett.
He
Can
give
you
it,
roll,
he take
like,
it away.
Wait. Does he get natural 1 or does he get natural 6?
Oh, that's a good point. So what we'll do, I was
I'd
just
say
gonna
you're
roll.
5. Just
So I would say where how it's positioned, I'll get natural 1, and then it'll go 2 for Garrett, Ken 3, Ferg 4, Chris 5, Kyle 6.
Hoping
Watch
for
Chris
3.
just gives it
Hoping
to
for
himself.
3.
Did I count right? Yeah, there's 6 of us. No?
There is.
Yeah.
For 3.
Oh, there's usually 7 with
Yeah.
Ben playing. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, damn.
That works.
Uh-oh.
Not
You
for
know,
us, but it works.
You know
it
what
works.
stinks is that it's disadvantage. That's crazy.
Is it? Oh. All right, Skye,
No.
you're up.
Tregol,
What do you
start.
have?
Ken, start rolling up a new character.
Yeah, really.
All right. I'm just gonna take my bow attack. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Oh,
You get
technically it
advantage.
was advantage, so I can try to see if I get a natural 20. That's way worse. I'll take the 22. And it's gonna be 12 points of piercing actually slash R 1d4. That will be 15 points of piercing damage as it was marked last time as well. As favored foe. And I did not get attacked, so I did not have to concentrate on it. So yeah, 15 points of piercing damage on that one.
Yeah, boy.
Make sure I mark the arrow. And then Ursa is going to try and just take a bear strike against it. Make sure I select advantage. That is a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
And that's going to be 8 more points of slashing damage, what says. I was trying to remember what he was last time. I need to start writing that down.
So as you let loose the arrow with such ferocity, as he goes to take a chomp at Ragnar, it shoots through his mouth and through the other side of the presumed top of his head, taking a couple eyeballs with it. And at the same time, your bear goes and smacks into a similar area for which it went through, knocking off a chunk of his upper jaw. So the large creature, after the hit from the bear, seems to slam into the ground, trying to keep itself up with the peg legs of the armoire, and you can see tendrils and stuff shooting out, but it seems to be in critical condition.
That's a lot better. If we can kill it, it's going to be easier to remove his arms and legs from the armoire. That may help Barry? With a question mark. That ends my turn.
It does raise a valid point. Is it easier to heal if you have the leg, or is it easier to just him grow a new one? I imagine growing a new one would cost way more energy than just reattaching.
Questions have to find
It's like
out.
stitching rather
What are
than
we
making.
what are we talking about here? Can we just heal him? I don't know what's happening anymore.
Tregol's dying.
Yes, and we can just heal him.
Yeah, but we're talking about the efficacy of reattaching a severed limb versus just having him grow a new one.
Let's do our science experiments after it's dead. I
didn't
didn't
know
think
he
I
could
would be
grow.
telling us to kill an armoire, but here we are now.
Dibs
I
on
didn't
the
know he
arm.
could grow a new one. I'm not gonna lie. Wait,
Grows a
can
new
we
one. I
take
just built one.
can we
Anyways,
take the
we're in a
arm
round
from
of
the-
combat, 6
Yeah.
seconds each whole round, not turn. So we're gonna get back to what the greater mimic is doing. So yeah, it goes to take a massive chomp out of Ragnar, and as it gets slammed by the bear and the arrow from Skye, it quickly goes to turn its attention to the bear as it takes, it shoots tendrils from an unknown area from behind them and wraps around what is there? Ursa. So does a 16 hit?
I believe it does.
You won't believe this. It is for 19 bludgeoning damage. It's exactly the health that your bear has.
Man, didn't you
Yikes.
just get that guy back?
Listen,
At what point does it
listen,
border on animal abuse?
listen.
So it's like as these tendrils shooting and latch to Tregol and Skye, it starts pulling them both towards it. As you can see his eyes just getting its eyes getting more ferocious and look. It appears to be severely ravenous, and in its condition, it seems to be grasping for whatever it can to gain a heading in this fight. So that was only the tendril, as it's going to take a bite in its first victim, which is Skye, or excuse me, Ursa. So an 18 does hit. That's not.
Wait, he's gonna bite the thing it just killed?
Yeah, to eat it.
Ah.
Wait,
And I
wait,
would
wait, no, wait, wait. That took me a second to process. What?
So the tendrils start pulling Tregol and Ursa towards it, and being that that Ursa seemed to be closer, it gets a lot quicker to his maw as it slams down onto your bear companion and pulls it into its mouth as it swallows Ursa whole.
Uh-oh. We
It-
need to kill it
For
fast.
18 hits, I mean,
No!
whoops.
It's alright, you'll just find a new friend. That's
This keeps happening. I don't think please help him.
I mean, would
Your
you
animal
rather-
husbandry
thing you
skills
can
need some
bring
work, bro.
But they keep coming to me, and this is what keeps happening. I don't know if they should keep following me.
It's pretty
You might need
valid.
to
You
start-
would think that I have like something against animals.
I mean, realistically, would you
I
rather
single-handedly
eat a
killed
Tregol
like 3 of your
or
companions.
a bear?
This
that
is
you
like the
just ate another
6th
one?
time it's dead. Like,
Oh damn!
Yeah,
All
bro. You
right,
might need to
Bear,
start
you're up.
turning them away. All right. So Tregol is not swallowed.
Straw is not yet swallowed.
Not yet.
Okay. So I will use my Circle of the Seasons. You can just. The cat is out of control.
That was your cat making those sounds.
Yes.
Oh, you were rifling through like a stack of papers or something.
Yeah. Well, she is. She thinks it's just playtime. We'll just disregard one of the things. But what's gonna happen is I produce a seedling in my hand, kind of like Goodberry. I'm going to go in and drop it into Tregol's mouth. And I'm going to roll a d4. The first one is going to be the amount healed. And the second one is going to be the amount of rounds that heal continues. So we shall see.
Alright,
So he's gonna heal. So you're. Let me do this. So I'm gonna come over here, drop it in your mouth. So you automatically are healed for 2 this round, and then over the next 3 rounds you'll get an additional 2 healing at the start of each round.
Okay.
Start of my turn. So
Okay.
you've been healed with 2.
Thank you.
This you feel like this. Oh my gosh! Hold on. She's laying down now. It's okay. I'll send a picture of it later. So yeah, you this strange, like, you kind of like choke for a second, and you don't even realize it, and it just continues and goes down, and like this healing essence spreads through your body almost like roots, and you are now up. So that.
Okay. Thank you.
As that uses a wild shape charge.
Oh.
And for a bonus action, I will then also. You know what? Since I'm here, no, I'll keep that up. I think that's concentration. Let me see. Is it? Might not be. It's not. Okay, cool. I will. You know what? I'll just go ahead and I will touch you in the same motion, and after that, and then my hands will again just like you. I mutter a few words and say, Mother of the woods, please watch over Tregol and uh, make his skin as tough as bark. And I'll cast Bark Skin at a second
Ooh.
level as you get a bark like skin effect. And your armor class will be raised to a 17.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be my action, bonus action, and then I will step back to where I was. I'll go back a little bit further.
So much piss all over the screen.
So much pee. And yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. Recently revitalized Tregol, you are back. You are grappled by the tendril still, as well as prone. So you can roll to ungrapple
Okay.
if you'd like.
I've already used my teleport, so I can't do that. Which would be really handy to get out of a grapple. And to get out of a grapple, you can make either a dex or a strength check with that, right? Is that correct?
I mean, I usually do strength, but if there's a thing for dexterity, I'll roll with it.
I think the grappler, the person trying to hold it,
Mm-hmm.
they're forced to use strength. I think the person trying to get out has the option to use either
That makes sense.
strength or dex.
Go for it.
Am I remembering that right, guys? Or
I don't know, with the 2024 rule set, everything goes out the window.
I think that's right.
grappling, yes.
It makes
Okay.
sense, honestly.
okay. And is it just gonna be a straight check, or is it a dex saving throw, or is it an acrobatics check?
I would imagine it's an ability check, at least according to the trait of this creature.
And does Fairy
Okay,
Fire help
ability
him at
check.
all? Or is Fairy Fire just for attack?
So fair. That's a good point. If it is advantage, or still advantage, I think it is with Fairy Fire. It would negate to regular because this specific trait you have a disadvantage from escaping this grapple.
Okay.
As
So
like these
Fairy
tendrils
Fire,
are adhering to your skin.
Fairy Fire only affects attack rolls against the
So
the
unfortunately,
affected creature.
you're rolling at disadvantage. And then apparently maybe they changed it because this is a 2024 creature. It is a hard DC as opposed to me rolling.
Okay.
I'm guessing because of the specific trait.
All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll the dexterity check, and we'll see what happens.
Nice! Natural 20!
Nat
go.
20! Holy cow! Okay.
Thumbs
All
up in
right.
real quick, Joe.
Huh?
Said you threw that thumbs up in there real quick.
And
Oh, I did it in response to Kyle's message.
and then I get to move half my movement, right?
Yes.
Okay. But it probably is still gonna get an opportunity attack, won't it?
Yes.
Unless I don't go out of its range. So I don't know how far it can reach with those tendrils. So I'm going to try to move 5, 10, 15 feet. I'm going to try to go back there. So I don't know whether it's if I've moved out of its threat range or not, but that's what I'm going to try to do.
So that would move out of his threat range.
Okay. So
I mean,
thank.
let me, I guess, clarify because I feel like I know we opened the doors to 2024 rules, and I know you know a lot about the new 2024 rule set. By you saying threat range, I've never heard that. I've just always taken, the 5 feet around the token. Is this something different
What's
I'm
the
not aware of?
range? What's the range on its tendrils? The attack range, the
Ah,
melee attack range of its tendrils.
okay. So you moved 15 feet.
Yes. If
So if
it's
it's
if it
greater
can
than it,
reach 15 feet or farther, then I'm still in its threat range, and
Reach.
technically that wouldn't necessarily provoke an opportunity attack if they're still running it the same way they did in 2014. But it's your table, your rules, so you can do whatever you want.
honestly, I always felt like opportunity attack was kind of like cheap. Um, I think that makes sense, but only okay. So you're greater than the reach of all of his abilities. So
Okay.
you are technically, or actually, scratch that. You are still within. So I would say you're not provoking an attack of opportunity based on that.
Okay. All right. And I will not tempt fate by trying to stand up. I'll just and how that
So you're gonna
looks.
crawl.
Yeah, how that
Okay.
looks is it kind of looks like he's about to do sort of like a Shawn Michaels kip up, except he just rolls into a ball and rolls backwards, and then gets to the other side of the room, and then sort of lays back down on the ground, and it's like maybe I fooled him. And that ends my turn. I'm still prone. I'll stand up on my next turn.
Okay. I'm honestly like still thinking about this whole attack of the opportunity situation because like it makes sense the way you explained it. Honestly, I would prefer attack of the opportunity that way. Like if you're going out of range of any of the abilities, then they can trigger that attack.
Mhm.
But like inside, it wouldn't.
I
Well, I think the rules for it are when a hostile creature that you can see moves out of your reach,
Yeah.
you can take an opportunity.
Of your like melee reach though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if he has long tendrils that just have a longer melee reach.
So
which
yeah,
It's the same as like
tendrils
a
are
lance.
technically a melee. He has another ability, so you would be going, I guess,
Oh,
in
okay.
that
Well, if
regard,
he has
out of
another
range.
ability that I'm moving out of, then he would be able to use that other ability for an opportunity attack.
Wow. I'm now
don't-
seeing it. I don't often read into the
Intricacies of
the intricacies of the spell description. It
I
does say
don't know
for
if that's
two of them
necessarily
reach
true.
specifically.
yes.
But that
I
makes
don't know if
sense,
that's
honestly.
necessarily true though, because you could say the same thing with like if it was a hand crossbow.
No,
and you
but
were gonna
it
have
will
range.
specify. It will
range.
still
Range,
yeah
not reach.
first reach.
Yeah.
So
your
Reach
Yeah,
means
So like
melee.
the two of
Range
the
means
the bite and the
yeah.
tendrils, which
Yeah.
is a pseudopod, uh,
Hmm.
is reach, not
Yeah.
range. So he by going out of that range, it would provoke an attack of opportunity, which you have. So
Hey, let's
with
just
that being
give a
said,
hand to Wizard of the Coast with their perfect wording on spells and abilities.
honestly, I feel like they're not that bad with it. Like if you've ever played Magic the Gathering, I see a lot of that with like how they start formulating the stuff in the text. It's very specific. I mean, to that point that y'all were bringing up, it says reach, and
Yeah.
in the description of attack of opportunity, as you just read, it says specifically reach. So it makes sense. It's just
It's a lot easier
way
to
too
understand
specific
as a
than an average
player.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, but as when you get into specific creatures and like everything, that's when it starts to the complexity builds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Range or different
Yeah.
reach. Yeah.
So, with that being said, you are going out of his reach. So that would provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
However, as someone had put in the chat, couldn't you just use Step of the Wind. I think you have that as an
The
ability to
disengage as
essentially
a monk.
dodge or disengage. Yeah.
Oh,
Would you
yeah.
want to do that?
Yeah, I could spend a key point and do that. Yes.
I mean, as much as I don't, pull my punches, I also don't necessarily want to give you a fair shot to not murder you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll say I do, and thank you, chat, for reminding me of that. I will use that ability, putting it into Roll20 chat, just so everybody knows I'm not cheating. Disengage.
What?
Okay.
No.
So that is a bonus action. You still have an action if you wanted, right? Because the breaking the grapple is just an automatic thing you do on your turn.
Oh, okay. All right. If that's the case, then can I stand up at the end of my turn?
Standing up would be half the movement.
Okay. Then what I will do,
Or all movement? Half movement.
Well, if you
I
move,
will pull a dart off of my hip, and from the ground, I will throw the dart, which normally would be at disadvantage, but since it's fairy fire, which would give me advantage, then it cancels out and it's just a normal attack. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
and coming in with
Throwing-
pro gamer strats.
Throwing a dart, AC 19.
Aggressive.
I don't know if that hits for 4 points of damage.
That does hit.
Okay, so this lawn dart just sticks in its gullet.
And guess what? You killed it.
You got a dart in your neck.
You definitely have to narrate how that looks.
Okay, he rolls backwards. He just breathes this sigh of relief and grabs this dart and says, "Give Kellum for my regards," and throws it at the creature.
It's like as it opens its mouth, you also notice at the center of its gullet is just this, like pulsing, presumably a heart, just kind of pulsing through its flesh. As that dart goes in, right as it's going to take a chomp, it slams into that heart, bursts it open as you just see it wriggle around and slam against the wall. And you see its eyes just lose color as it just slams onto the ground with a loud silence.
And then I look at Skye, I look at Barry. I could have fought better, Howard.
I need to
Are you
find
okay?
like a victory.
Bro, I thought you were going to
Oh.
Kellenborg for a while. Like, it was close.
Wait, Ursa! I just run up to it. Let's cut him out, please. He's in there. I can save him.
Oh,
we,
no.
we saved your goal. I can save him.
Skye.
I can
No,
save him.
Skye.
It's
Just
gone.
Just
It's
cut.
all right.
You
cut
don't
the
want to
mouth.
go. You don't want to look in there.
No, it's fine. From the track record that you've had, another one
No,
will come up against me,
no track records. No, I haven't. No, I can save it. We can save it.
Yeah,
right?
Flying creatures
Right?
died. No, land creatures died.
No.
You summon one in the ocean that can die too.
How'd you guess that? But I can't. And no, it's not dead.
Good thing is, now that it's dead, we could try
It's
bear.
not
You
dead.
don't want to try
we can
bear?
save it. We can save it.
Try bear.
I'm opening the mimic's mouth and trying to scrounge and find Ursa, the bear.
So go ahead and roll a strength check. With it being such a massive
I'll try to help him
beast.
too. And
Okay.
I'll try to. Can I give it an advantage if I'm helping him?
If I sit on top of the mimic,
Well,
I'll
he
be-
doesn't need it apparently. through his
Natural 20.
Wow.
sheer
Let's go.
energy of just being distraught and wanting to get to this bear. He rolled a natural 20, so he lifts it with no effort as he slams
Mother
through
strength.
into the maw. Like you just see his legs like flailing out as he's trying to dig through. Are you trying to pull the body if you find it out?
If I find it, I want to look at Ragnar and be like, "See, he's there. Get him out now!" As I'm holding it open.
in typical us fashion,
Okay.
going well where it matters most.
Ragnar,
try to-
I will
I'll
buy
try
you
to-
10 sacks if you get this free right now.
Don't need to hear anything else. Get out of the way. I'm gonna get inside of this thing and try to rip this hair out.
Just dives in.
Jeez.
I
am
look back to
going-
everyone else and just be like, I had to do what I had to do.
I am gonna try to just rip this thing out of the body.
All right. I'd say, I mean, with such a good roll to lift, open that maw and dive in to pull, like you you have like little effort opening it, so you're trying to pull the bear itself.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, I guess go ahead and
I'm
roll,
holding it
with
open
advantage.
enough for
Go ahead
him
and
to
roll a
get in
strength check.
and grab it out.
Strength check.
May
Okay.
the power of the sack give you guidance and strength in this moment.
Power of the sack.
So that is 18 plus 5, 4, 22.
All right, good. Yeah, didn't want to have to narrate
Pulling it
you
out.
accidentally peeling limbs off. Yeah, so you find what Skye has grappled onto, it clearly being a leg of Ursa. As you grab on and you pull Ursa's body out of the mimic, it's fortunately not affected just yet, like with the acidic like stomach acid of this creature. It is Ursa's coat is drenched, though, with only being in the beast's stomach for a couple seconds before death.
While they're doing whatever they're doing
Good.
with this corpse, can I root through whatever remnants this used to be of a bureau or whatever and see if it's got any interesting stuff inside?
I guess what is it,
So
of a
it was.
euro? What'd you just say?
No, I said bureau.
Bureau. Oh,
Yeah. So whatever it was, whatever. What'd you call it?
Armoire.
armoire.
Oh, I'm sorry. I chose the other
An
fancy.
armoire.
Armoire.
Yeah, I want to just see if there was
Burrow
anything
has
in
investigators.
the armoire or if it was just a casing. You know what I mean? Like, did it used to have stuff in it that might be useful, or is it just...
So in the midst of like Skye prying open this jaw
mouth.
and Ragnar pulling the bear out, you're just climbing in the other side of the jaw, like kind of lifting
Just rooting
various
around.
organs or tissue or whatever it is, just looking around. You don't find anything in particular.
Can I
It
just
just
carve
seems
off
to
a
be
couple
like a
steaks then?
creature formed into this armoire. What?
Can I carve off a couple steaks?
Sure. Why
Alright.
not? I would say it's a massive creature. Let's roll a d6 for how many steaks you get. 5 steaks. You get 5 steaks.
We're eating good tonight, boys.
This is turning into Delicious in Dungeon with how much you carve out steaks. At least this one's somewhat
Gotta
normal.
try
With
'em
the
all.
monster, not the humanoid.
I go over to my companion and I start funneling my magical energy into it as it takes a full minute and a spell slot, but it slowly starts to revive back to full HP.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you see, presumably Ursa sounds like a girl name.
Yeah, that's fine.
You see, you see her coat. Like as the saliva seems to like be bubbling around her, burning off skin and hair. It starts to dissipate as her cracked limbs start bloating into the correct positions as she springs to life, going from the prone position, standing up, and just licking her face.
I knew you were safe. I knew we were safe.
I was gonna say, like, we're right around the corner of having like some in the intermission video, just like gone for not but not forgotten.
remembrance.
Skye, you just feel something like
Just
you
7
feel like
of my
a body-
companions in a row.
You just feel like a body really close to you as Ragnar is just uncomfortably close to you. So the sacks.
Yes, yes. I will place an order when we return back to Phandelver. Is that all right? I don't have
Oh,
any on
great.
me right now.
Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't expect everybody to be as prepared as I am. So
Well, I also kind of fear that you'll steal them from me if I had any. I know you're not really the stealthy type, but I know your obsession.
I don't steal. I
So,
have a code.
borrow for extended periods of time.
I have a code.
I think it's technically plunder at that point.
I would fight you for it, if anything.
And I don't want to fight. But you can give a hug to Ursa here. She's very happy to see you.
Yes, the little creature that is probably going to die on our next. I mean, hello.
Is this thing an undead abomination, or is it just back normal like Tregol?
It's like Tregol. Tregol's here, walking and talking and everything.
Well, I know.
Yeah, wait a second. Tregol, wouldn't this technically be an undead bear now?
Well, that's what I
No.
Because if it's an undead abomination, it must die.
It is not dead.
It
I feel like you're just
it
adding more
was
words to the same
it was
thing.
unconscious and it's been revived.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
It has not.
I thought it
had
just straight up died.
Helen
I mean, it
Boar.
did get eaten, so.
Yeah,
It
judging
was-
by the looks of the room and the sheer size of it, it seems to have been here for an immense amount of time, and it was jumping at the opportunity to finally have a meal after eons of likely being stuck in this ruin.
Do you think that whoever created this created the mimic? How are mimics created? Are they like magical creatures, or are they like living creatures that like do they give birth? Should we be
I know you
afraid of
spend a
little
lot of
mimics?
time in the woods, but when a mommy mimic loves a daddy mimic very much.
Well, see, I don't know.
Wait,
like,
hold on. These things have a gender. I'm gonna start rooting around to see if I can see anything that would make it that I would identify as.
Yo, does it have a sack?
You're looking for the cloaca.
yeah.
Joe, if it has a sack, I want it. I need to know if it has a sack.
I'm gonna say it doesn't have any outward appearance of anything indicating a gender.
I can't tell whether this thing is guy or girl. I don't
It's
know
an
how they
armoire.
reproduce.
Maybe
No,
they
it's
just
a
do it
mimic.
through like osmosis.
That's weird.
Asexual reproduction, yes.
I don't.
No,
Like
I meant
fungi.
they just smash each other's faces until a third one pops out.
What?
Oh, like binary fission.
What?
What?
Am I?
Joe, can I see if I know what binary fission is?
I'm not
It's
even.
like it's like a praying mantis.
Go ahead and roll
Joe's
an
Googling
intellect
binary
check. Yeah, I'm googling binary fission.
Just
does-
in
he
case he
is-
gets a
he
nat
is-
20.
He is
Yeah.
space guy.
That is a 17, making it a 21.
Of course. So you know
know
that
very
binary
well.
fission is a type of asexual reproduction where a single cell divides into two identical daughter cells, a common method in prokaryotes. Prokaryotes, yeah, like bacteria, but also used by eukaryotic protists.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Kyle's
yeah,
a
so.
science teacher.
That's why.
I was like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm like, you just pulled that out of your ass? I'm like, wait a second, you wouldn't know this.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Like-
yeah, I
like-
mean, it could be. They could just be,
Do they split off? Like, if they get too large, they split off, and more little mimics are created from the like host mimic.
Yeah. So they're all just
That's
clones of each other.
Really cool. Can I do something like that? Like if I get really big, then can I split myself off to make mini me?
I look at
Joe,
you.
do I have the-
Yes.
Oh
can
my
I tell
God.
if that's possible for him?
if what's possible for
I don't know.
him.
I just want to look in,
You just
into my
really
history
need to
and see
think
if
a
I
lot,
know
and then
if
like
that's something
split the
possible that he can do.
Who's he?
Ragnar.
Like
Ragnar.
guy?
Yeah.
Ragnar. Oh, if he
Yeah.
his kind reproduces by binary fission.
Well,
a
Yeah,
if a
human.
human-
If a
Uh,
human reproduces by binary fusion.
No, yeah.
I don't know a lot
No
of
need
humans,
for
I
a
gotta be
roll.
honest here.
Fusion is when you join together.
That's
This
a
is
good
splitting
point. You are a
apart.
goblin, and if you're saying you don't know many humans, feel free to roll another intelligence.
Many
Where's-
creatures can do this.
You can absolutely do that.
Yep.
Great.
You just got to get
Now.
big enough. Like you want, I'll cook up these steaks. You can have one. It'll make it bigger. Actually, you know what? If we cook it right, it might even give you the ability to like turn into stuff, and you can like surprise people.
Kit, isn't there some kind of person that can make me bigger by like casting a spell on me? Can't somebody
Yeah, but
do
I
that
can't
to
do
me?
it.
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh, you can? If he does
Yeah.
that to me, if he does that to me, do you think I could then split off into my own mini me after that?
Almost certainly.
Oh, Barry, if you have
Definitely.
the spell, please let me try it.
Yeah. You know what? Just I want to see like this happen. So I will definitely prepare it next time I take a
I'm
rest.
so excited. I can't wait for you guys to meet my children, the mini me.
I will
Just
I will
4 war
provide
picks flying through the
sh-
sky.
I'll provide the shrooms and we shall have a grand time.
I'm
Hey,
so excited, guys.
Do we
I
think there's
can't
more
tell
stuff
you.
down here?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Should we look around for something that we came down here for?
Yeah, I got an hour on this transformation, so we gotta make use of it. I'm gonna go down and like listen at this door here, see if I hear anything on the other side.
Yes.
You do not hear anything on the other side of said door.
Wow, I didn't even roll. Hello, Daddy's home.
Yeah.
Tregol has Tregol, you can heal yourself for that final 6 hit points.
Okay, so
And you
it's
have
a total of 6, right? So do 4 more, or is it 6 more?
6
it's
more, at
total
least
of
according to the
6.
description.
Okay,
Yeah, so the first round counted towards it, so
okay.
total 6.
And then how
And
long
you have
does
bark
that
skin for an hour.
bark skin for an hour? Okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna use my
Do you need a
second.
healing potion?
I have a second one, so I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and use that.
I'll just give you another one
Where's Niff?
because I have an extra one, so you can use
Okay.
2.
Okay. And I'll presume I do that as a full round action. And Joe,
Mhm.
are we
Nice.
rolling or?
Nope. I will not.
Where'd Niff go?
Guys, where am I?
Follow the light, bros.
Okay. Oh, I can see myself finally.
All right, so
Guys, there's a doorway over here.
Ragnar, I'll let you go in front, seeing as
Oh,
you
yeah.
kind of need the light that Barry is producing to
Yes.
see
Just
what's in
see
front of
light.
Yes.
all right.
Don't forget
So
you're not undead bear.
He's not on. He's
That's what I said.
undead. Also,
I said
where are
not
you coming?
undead.
Where's his voice coming from? I do not see him anymore.
He went down this hallway.
yeah, so as you
Oh,
make your way into the hallway, but of course those that are following behind with the lantern, it lines to a long corridor, almost ruined by rubble from the presumed event that had put this tower to ruin. You see just off the end there, it splits to the right and left. What are y'all doing?
Guys, suck in your guts. We gotta get through this little section here.
Are we? Should I go first?
Yes, so everyone can file in, and I will
Alright.
light the way from the rearward stance.
Ah, Niff.
And I
good
think
to
this
see you.
time I will stay in back and use my bow.
Joe, if I stop here and listen, can I hear any noise from either direction? All right, Ragnar's going.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
That's good.
Ragnar, you gotta wait for the light, Ragnar.
There's nothing here. It's just a wall.
Ragnar, that's because your eyes are closed.
Guys, there's just a wall here. There's
Turn
It's your
around.
eyelids.
There's a door to your left and a hallway to your right. Stop moving.
I'm not moving.
So
Okay.
to your left, Niff, you don't hear anything. To the right, um, you hear subtle reverberations, and you also feel like a pulsing movement as you get closer to the split in the path.
Guys, something
Venturing
weird's
from the right.
happening up on the right here. Let's all take a left and check out down here.
Hold on, is this your right or my way? Oh, okay.
Follow me. Anything interesting in this room? If you're talking, we can't hear.
Yep, I was. So yeah, as you make your way into the room, it appears to be what may have served as a library previously. You see large bookshelves slammed into the ground with books either in whole pieces or scattered pages across the room. Before the walls, the ceilings are collapsed, buried most of it beneath rubble. The floor is strewn with moldy papers, though one book seems to be in remarkably good condition. However, it is partially trapped beneath rubble, which looks very unstable.
We should poke everything
You
with a
also see
stick
3
before we
doors.
mess with it. I'm just saying, if we saw one mimic, there's a
All
possibility.
right,
of
I'm gonna
two.
poke that book with a stick.
Nothing happens. The book remains in
All
its
right,
place.
book safe. Barry, can we read like maybe the spine where it says what type of book it is or anything like that?
Sure. Go ahead and roll perception.
So I got a 9, but Barry got a 21.
All right, so 9. So I mean, you're bending down to make sense of like the spine. You can't quite get an angle to see the text. Barry kind of leans forward and lifts the boulder a bit, and wipes off a layer of dust. And on the spine it says, "Perfect insights into climbing."
Anyone here a climber?
Useful for many people.
I can climb things. What do you mean? Like how tall
I'm-
are we talking?
I'm not worried about you, bud. Barry, do you want this book?
Nah, bro. I can turn into things I can climb. So
Regal?
I would take it if Skye or you don't need it.
Okay, I'm just gonna yank the book out from underneath the boulder then.
We can add it to the library as well at the manor.
Go ahead and excuse me, roll just a flat dex.
Regular dex or dex save?
Just regular dex.
That would be a nat 20.
Natural 20. So like
Three.
that magic trick, I guess it's technically a magic trick, more of a skill, but like where they pull the tablecloth from below objects, you pull it in just the right fashion that the boulder drops, but the rubble above it, climbing in a massive pile upwards, doesn't seem to shift that much.
Ta-da! And I'll just hand it to Dragal.
Thank you.
All right.
I will look at the book.
Okay.
I'm not going to open it just yet, but
So it appears to be a fairly standard book. It's torn, stained, and charred for some reason, but most of the book itself appears to be illegible in some sort of other script. Like there's a mixture of common and some other language mixed into there, as you're kind of peeling through the pages.
okay.
But yeah.
All right.
Hey guys, just so you know, when we turned left down into this room, the door to the right, there was this weird vibration thing happening. I didn't want to go in there immediately before we knew what was happening, but I don't know if it's just like a low rumble that just kind of, shakes you, or if there's actually some sort of, thunder magic going on. I don't know exactly. I mean, I guess that's up to Joe. I can roll and see if I recognize it.
Weird vibration.
Bad vibrations.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
That would be a 16.
Just you may be familiar with how tremors and whatnot feel when the earth shakes.
Oh, I'm
Seems
sorry.
somewhat similar.
This doesn't have to do with hearing? This is more physical?
Oh yeah. Sorry, were you going with hearing?
Well, I have advantage if it is hearing. So if I can discern
Well,
what
I
it
guess
is from
what
the
were you
sound.
specifically trying to discern? I thought you were.
I was more
see
trying
if
to
you just
discern if
recognized.
it was like a magical effect or if it was, something earthly. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Based on what the sound, or because there was
Whatever
two
the
descriptors,
vibe
it
I
was
got,
sound and then
because I guess
feeling.
I was listening, and you said it was like a vibration, right?
Okay.
So I guess it would be hearing them because that's the only sense I used
Sure. Go
coming from
ahead
that
and
direction.
roll another one, I guess, then for perception.
Not help. 14. So 16
Yeah,
total.
you can't quite tell. As mentioned before, it sounds somewhat close. Excuse me, to how it sounds when like tectonic plates essentially shift and stuff during an earthquake. But like something you can't put your finger on. It doesn't seem to be that pinpoint of a natural type of sound.
Yeah, guys, it sounds like when the earth shakes, but there's something weird about it. I don't know what's going on, but I wanted to come down here and let you guys know before we went kicking in that door. However, we've got other doors in here if we can kick open if we want. Hey, look, a door.
We can slow and steady. You said it's like it's localized to the door.
It's
The
just coming from the
vibration.
other side.
Odd. Okay.
I mean, for all I know, it could be a guy that he likes to use earthquake, and it's just rumbling some stuff, or something crazier,
Something large moving.
maybe.
Sounds like we should definitely go through that door.
But we should.
Ragnar, did you open this door next to me?
Not yet.
Someone did. I didn't do it.
That sounds.
Oh, I did because you said you were going through it.
Oh, I was just.
Oh, look, the door's open.
It just
Wow.
magically swings open. So in this room, it just
Very well.
appears to be like a storage closet of sorts for the library. So various, I guess, no sacks.
I can't see
They
it.
carry books in cases and in chests. You see these in
So make
here,
me start
but
collecting
it just appears to
chests.
be things that are like for recovering and maintaining books. Of course, like not in the greatest condition, either smashed by a boulder or
No, Mary got me.
DM,
very dusty.
while we're in
Mary.
here, you said that some of these books are somewhat intact, some of them are destroyed. Can I get a sense from looking at the titles of the book? Um, is this a general library or is it focused on a specific area of knowledge? Um, you know, did, just by trying to read the titles of common or the other languages that I can read, which I believe are celestial, common, elvish, infernal. Yeah, those are my four languages.
Okay. Um,
Mary, can you please move? I tried to scoop by and you leaned back.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Oh God, thank you.
Damn.
20s are wild tonight. We're just,
Yeah, it was coming out.
Only when
that's
they
a
count.
30,
30 20.
but yeah. You kind of you pick up like some of the book bindings that either like the pages have like shuffled out of it and split from itself. Some whole books you sweep off the dust or cobwebs on them. You find some named like things like tempting irradiation of the ancient history of the world. Uh, the Tao of Death, primary salvation of divinity, truthful aspirations of an explorer, recording after death. You see, basically, they're all either history based or like lore of some sort of school of magic. Predominantly, when it is magic, it seems to be relating to death.
Tregol, are you relaying this to the rest of us?
Uh, I I will once I get a better idea of what I'm dealing with. So to follow up with that, DM, when it's talking about death, am I getting the sense that this would be like a necromancer, or is this somebody who like venerates Kalimvor or one of the other, the Raven Queen or one of the other deities of the afterlife or the underworld?
It's a good question. I think with that role, it seems to be a mix of both. Whoever I guess owned this library, you would presume that they were exploring death in all of its capacity and facets. Trying to. It seems like they were open-minded, but I would say a majority seem to be of the former, more necrotic.
Necromancy.
Yeah, necromancy.
I will relay that to everybody.
I'm gonna stop in my tracks. Hold on. The book we grabbed under the boulder was about climbing. Does no one else
Yes.
find that odd that book is in this library?
Well, I mean, there's a
What, a god of climbing?
peculiarity. Well, not necessarily a god, but I mean, look at who we had to defeat above to get here. He obviously had an interest here, and this
Yeah.
might have been part of that interest.
Necromancy. In death.
But these look like this library looks ancient, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't look like something that would belong to that recent wizard that was here. He didn't store his personal library down here, right?
I'm not saying he stored it. I'm saying this may be one of the reasons he was here to investigate.
A book about climbing?
Well, no, books, the arts of necromancy. Maybe there's lost arts that we are not aware of.
Can I
He had that weird tattoos on his well, everything, I guess. That, I mean, I've never seen, but I know that religion is widespread.
Can I ignore or ignore? Can I check out this book, the climbing book, for any like hidden messages or something?
Well, Niff, I was going to say this book stood out to you because it seemed to be um, somehow uh,
It's different.
different. Uh, Perhaps you could. Are you able to detect if there's any sort of residual magic on a book?
Nah, I got no magic, man. I can turn into a wolf guy. That's about it.
Okay. Does anyone have the ability to see if the book has any residue of magic that is beyond my abilities?
And not,
I probably could, but
sure.
Not
we'll have
today.
to get it back to the manor
Oh,
before I
fine.
can take a good look at some of this stuff.
Yes, I plan to carry it in my pack, and just in case it might be magical, I will not look at it until we get back and have a chance to examine it. That's a good question, though, Niff. That there there's obviously a reason that this book was here among this
And
other.
being
It was
such a pillar of the room, you know. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it
you
was
hold up the room.
precariously placed under that massive boulder. Like,
Weird. All right, I'm gonna kick open this door I'm next to.
what about this chest? Is this
Yes.
searchable?
That's just part of the
So so when you kick, first I'll start with Niff. So you kick open the door, it opens to a, a very small alcove that's separated by a massive pile of rubble, presumably being a part of a room, um, but now has since been sectioned off.
There's nothing in here.
As a result, nothing's in there.
Now they're dead. I'll just head back.
Okay. And as far as the chest, you open it. It doesn't appear to have anything of importance. It's just scraps of paper, some pencils, various utensils.
I'm gonna walk up to Skye. What was that about? You didn't trust me?
No, I just. Does the room look similar?
No.
It it reminds me. I do you think that this room used to be connected to the one we found at the bottom of the well?
I don't know.
The floor
I'm gonna
looks
backtrack. They probably didn't
similar.
have pencils in this type of time period, so it was ink quills,
Quills.
and yeah, and ink and quills. But okay, what are y'all doing?
Barry, kick that door open.
We
I
can leave
Stop it, whatever you do.
open.
cautiously open this door.
As you cautiously open, a massive fireball shoots towards you. No, I don't know why I think that's funny to say every time. It cracks myself up. This room appears to be empty. Nothing but rubble, and various planks of wood and debris scatter this room.
Is there any writing on any of the planks or anything, or no?
Just an
All right.
ordinary empty room for
Guess we're
some
heading
reason.
over to that weird door.
Yes.
I'm still confused by this vibration you speak of.
My man, have you ever felt an earthquake?
Can we
Yes,
send-
but
Like
the
that?
fact that it's isolated, I think that's what's getting me. Like we haven't felt it except for when we're close to the door. I feel like if it's as earth moving as you're speaking,
Yeah,
I feel like we
Feels
should
like
feel
that,
it
but
here.
not the same. It's different.
DM, now that Niff has mentioned it, can we get a sense does it seem like it's a repeating, like a regular, perhaps mechanical noise, or is it a periodic noise, or is it an ongoing noise?
Sure,
What
go.
do we?
I guess being whoever wants to roll perception,
Yeah.
feel free. Um,
Okay.
I would say go ahead and roll with advantage, with Niff kind of explaining it already, and going in with some expectation.
22 for Skye.
18
I say 19.
for Tregol.
18. Okay, so just Kyle, or excuse me, Skye and Tregol are rolling.
Oh, I rolled a 19
Okay.
then a 22 for advantage.
Oh, right. I did just.
I forgot to hit the button, and so I just rolled twice. Apologies.
Yeah, I wouldn't
All
know
right.
too. So
So as you approach, I see Barry rolled a perception check as well. So you all rolled high enough. So you start feeling these reverberations, and as far as like if it's mechanical or not, the nature appears to definitely be of a magic type of oscillation. It is on a repeated pattern. It's reverberating in and outward. It just seems like there's a source of this fluctuation, but it's certainly magical.
Doomch, 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 doomch.
Just EDM or
Party's
dubstep
there.
plays in
break
y'all's
out into
ears.
Actually, you know what, Ragnar? Why don't you go first?
okay.
Or we can send the bear through first.
Nope. I'm
No,
gonna open up.
But well, we are. Ragnar's here.
All right, so y'all open the door.
Yep.
All right, so you open the door. We'll open it. I can't click it for some reason. There we go. Open. As you open the door, you see in this room, at the center, it's dominated by a massive metallic-like spherical figure on a low plinth. Waves of purple energies wash through as it pulses and reverberates. You see on the floor peculiar symbols that are lit up with a similar color shade of purple pulsing with this orb. As you make your way into the room, you feel a deep sense of unease and worry as it builds to terror. What y'all do?
I don't see anybody initially.
Is
See
that
on the
as
other
we enter
end
the room,
another
or
door.
as that light hits us?
As the light hits you, as the door opens.
Okay.
It almost feels like, despite having this impending feeling of terror, it's also like a yearning feeling, like you want to get closer and touch it. Like it's
I don't know about
beckoning
you
for you to do
guys.
something.
Does it look like
I
a
want to.
magic
I
circle?
want to go in here.
I
I really want to go in right now.
I don't like this.
I do.
I do.
I think we should go in. And I'm going to take a step forward into the room.
I think there's something wrong. Ragnar does not like to think.
I'm
Excuse
with you, bud.
So do you all file in to the room? What are you doing?
Is it
Is-
like a
is
magic
Ragnar going?
circle, or is this just a pattern on the floor?
So as Ragnar steps essentially into the circle of magical, arcane like glyphs on the ground, nothing appears to happen to him.
I'm just gonna take a step to the side and make sure I'm not in the circle. Can I examine the orb and see if it has some sort of significance in, like, I don't know, if it's fey, fiend, or undead in nature?
You can tell it's not fey, fiend, or undead.
Oh, okay. I assumed it might have been some undead related thing. So, can I use Arcana then to just see if I recognize what's happening?
Sure.
That is a 14.
It certainly does not seem natural. You've definitely never come across anything like it. It almost looks imaginary, like you're imagining what's going on here.
Guys, this may or may not be real. Come on in.
I
Ragnar's fine so far. The canary is still alive.
Is the orb in the middle of the room?
Yeah, where you're at.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk up to it. Is this just on the ground or is it like on a pedestal?
It's on a plinth, which is essentially a pedestal.
Okay.
Can I just like run across and get out of the writing?
Sure.
Hey guys,
Now
do you
nothing
think I
happened.
should pick up this orb?
no, Ragnar. That's
I have an
probably not
idea.
the best.
If you grab a sack and scoop it with the sack and don't touch it,
That's not very efficient. I feel like picking it up and putting it in a sack.
no,
Works
I'm saying
just
No,
fine.
that's
you avoid
that's
touching it if you scoop
not
it.
the best.
Because if you touch
You
it,
know-
you could do anything, man. We don't know what's happening here.
Exactly. So why not?
Oh, Ragnar,
explore?
like
Tregol,
the
you know
most
what
beautiful fig may contain a worm, bro. You might not want to eat
Yeah,
that.
can
or
I make
touch
an
it.
Arcana check? I mean, it's only an intelligence check. I don't have any special class abilities
I
there.
want to touch it.
My thought is, if any of this writing is infernal, you might recognize it.
And an 8. It looks like an orb to me.
Yeah, it looks like like you've seen in your travels, like at various markets, like these spherical metallic orbs, but way smaller. Um, it looks kind of similar to that, but it seems to be fluctuating in its reflection of metallic texture. Essentially, you think it's a large marble.
Okay, Niff.
Guys, I think
Niff
I'm
brings
just
up
gonna...
a good point.
Can
In the patterns, is there any writing? And if so, is it in a language I recognize, infernal or celestial?
Skye also wants to try and read the runes.
Um, Let me look at y'all's character sheets.
I know Draconic and Elvish.
I can speak Goblin.
Common, Elvish, Goblin, Halfling.
You speak Goblin?
We've talked many times about this.
Oh,
I do it mainly as a to study them and their habits and best ways of corralling goblin hordes. But you know,
So
Neutralizing.
none of you recognize the glyphs. It
Okay.
doesn't seem from the languages you know. It looks astronomically different, like us seeing Russian letters.
Okay.
Ragnar, it's Cyrillic. Don't
Wow.
touch it. It could turn you communist.
I don't know what that means, but I think I want to pick it up.
Just
Bless you.
scoop it
You're
with a
just gonna
staff.
pick it
Don't
up?
touch it.
You know, at this
I
point,
really
bro, like
Can I persuade him not to touch it?
Should
Nope.
we try to stop him?
It sounds like Chris is
I
just
think
wanting to pick it
he's
up.
already
so-
said it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna pick it up.
All
he's
right.
already- Yeah.
So, give me a second.
All right, I'd like to say I can't be surprised.
Why a D100? I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You are now
I
a
hope that's not damage.
The
71
like
damage.
bludgeoning damage.
You are gone.
is he raging? Could only be half.
So as your fingers brush the cold metallic surface, reality around you starts to fracture. The walls pulse like a beating heart. The floor melts into writhing tendrils, and a distant, hollow voice whispers in your mind increasingly by the second. Shadows coil around you, too many limbs, too many eyes, pressing in with a silent scream, a glimpse of something vast and watching, its presence scraping against your mind like rusted nails. And then, silence. You are back in the room. Your pulse is pounding in your ears, and the walls still feel like they're breathing. You went to go touch the object, but find yourself no longer touching it. As you also, where did it go? You take on short-term madness. So you believe, you do whatever anyone tells you to do, unless it's obviously self-destructive. You're very, very, very impressionable right now.
Ragnar, did you touch it?
Oh yeah, I touched it.
What happened?
I've seen the face of God.
he definitely didn't touch it.
I touched it.
Did we see him touch it?
We were watching the whole time. He
Yeah, I
definitely
would
did
say
not
y'all
touch
see it.
Okay, yeah.
I definitely touched it.
You definitely touched it. How about we don't touch it again since something
Okay.
happened? We don't know what.
Okay, and I
just
put my hands behind my back.
scoop it with a sack without touching it, and we'll just
Okay.
do this.
Okay, and I take out a sack of scoop it in the sack.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics
Acrobatics.
Joe, I messaged you a
or
question.
just straight dexterity.
But I have advantage of dex? No, that's the dex saving throw.
If I suggested it to him, does he get advantage because I'm helping?
15.
So you're able, as you go and flip the sack over on the opposite end of the sphere, you grip, you pull harder to get it under the sphere without touching it, but your hand grazes it again. Similar thing happens as like it rushes past you, all these tendrils and darkness and a hollow voice shouting in your ears, whispers accumulating, increasingly getting loud as it goes to silence. You take on another bout of short-term madness.
Why?
Whoa.
Why is God yelling?
What happened?
I think
No,
I think
Are
he
any
just
of you
stopped
guys
touching
yelling?
it.
Let's talk quietly.
And
You know?
as Ragnar screams that out, he falls unconscious.
Is
Aw.
Drops to
the
the floor.
orb in the sack?
The orb didn't appear to move at all. The sack is on top of it, kind of like a little hat for this metallic ball.
Hey, how big did you say the orb was? How large?
I
in
run and grab
diameter?
Ragnar and pull him out.
So the sphere itself, I mean, it's, I don't know, probably a couple feet. I would say like 3 feet tall, wide,
Okay, yeah,
circumference,
yeah.
whatever the
Niff,
words
he
are.
doesn't have a sack that big. He didn't have
Who
a
are we to
sack.
pass judgment on how big Ragnar's sacks are?
I grab Ragnar and I start dragging him back to the door.
It seems like each time he touched it, something different happened. Do we want to try again?
I can't move here.
I,
to
I would
but-
say I strongly advise probably not touching it since
All right.
Yes,
You want
let
to
us-
spray it?
Let
I think we
no,
just leave it here. We just go about our business.
I feel like I can do it. I don't.
I suspect, Niff, that this artifact here is what the wizard was looking for.
Yeah, and if he wanted it,
And
they might send someone else
and
to get it. And
if
they
he
get it,
was dealing with undead and necromancy, it's probably not a good thing. It's
Yeah, so they
also
shouldn't
been
have.
here for thousands of years, so it may be beyond us to destroy. We should mark it and perhaps try to protect it from the curious.
I'm gonna walk
until
up and
we-
touch the plinth, not the orb, but the plinth.
You're just gonna touch the plinth.
Correct.
Nothing happens. Feels like concrete, cold.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to swipe with my claws and get a chunk out of the concrete.
Okay. So you do. You get a chunk of the.
Okay, then I want to do it until the plinth is gone.
uh, sure. Okay. So as you chip away, at the plinth, the ball remains at the center of it as you take out the last piece of
So
the
it's
plinth
now-
with one swipe, and it slams into the ground. But you would think it would naturally just start rolling, but it just remains in one spot, perfectly
Did it
balanced.
slam very heavy or at the weight I assume it would be, or
It's a good question. You would find that it does not appear to be the weight you would have expected it to be. It came with a very loud thud.
yeah, I don't think we're moving this thing. It seems like it's real heavy. Ooh, can I go to one of the runes that are on the magic circle that are like glowing? Right, you said there's ones that are glowing.
Which ones that are going?
So you
Just
said
in
there were
general?
runes on the ground
Runes.
that were
Mhm.
glowing, right?
Yes.
I want to go to the one closest to wherever I'm standing, and I'd like to scratch that.
Okay. So you scratch it. It appears to, follow through, like this energy. It's like almost like imagine the line
It's a
that you're
it's a
seeing
little-
above as you scratch through. It's almost like a wall of that line, like the same magical kind
Tron.
of energy, like Tron.
Yeah, the Tron light cycles, and it's a long,
Yeah,
tall
yeah,
thing.
essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything physical to this thing. I tried to break the magic circle, didn't seem to work. Yeah, either we leave it or attack it. I think those are our two options.
Well, we need to wake Ragnar up, I think is what we need to do.
Should we
Barry, you
get
got
him
anything for
out
that?
of this room before we wake him up?
I mean, I think as long as he doesn't touch the thing again, I think he'll be fine. Hold on, I have an idea. Ragnar, wake up!
He doesn't move.
You said he has to listen.
But
Yeah,
he's
so listen.
unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can hear when you're unconscious.
But
Also, you
do
don't
you
know
think
that.
he's wanting to hear?
Let's
Yeah, true. You wouldn't
let's
know that. He just
follow
felt something.
Barry and drag Ragnar into that room to the north, and then try to wake him up.
Okay. So
Very
we'll
well.
say that you all drag Ragnar into the other room. That's fine. but we'll pause for our break,
Okay.
bio break. So everyone watching, first of all, thank you for watching. But we're gonna take a quick bio break. So grab some food, go to the bathroom, whatever it may be. But we'll be back in 15 minutes. So we'll just shoot for an even 9:15. So 14 minutes. We'll see you at 9:15. Peace. Hey, welcome back to Adventures on Tap's Twitch stream where we're doing Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk. This is the second half of our adventure. Just before we dive back in, I just wanted to give some highlight to things in general. If you're in the local Orlando area, we have a lot of events going on. So check out aotorlando.com. There's a link in the description to get there. It has all of our events that we post, of course, and various socials that we have. So definitely check that out. And also, if you catch the QR code on the scroll, you can scan that as well to bring you to our link tree.
There's
But
also
we
a
do all
QR
sorts of
code
things: one
below
shots,
as
mini
well.
campaigns, mini paint and sips. So you're essentially sitting down painting a mini while drinking beer. Everything's beer, charity, and TTRPG nerddom. So if you're in the Orlando area, please come check us out. We would love to meet you in person. In general, all of our events are for charitable causes. So all of those, predominantly all those funds go to said charity of the month. So there's a little left over. Fortunately, we have launched a pretty successful Patreon campaign starting this year. So there's also a link in our description if you want to go check that out. I highly encourage doing so to help us out in general to grow virtually and physically, but because that money will come directly to us to help support us grow. But you can, even if you're not in the Orlando area, there are some benefits. I will say you definitely get better benefits if you're here local with us. Like, for example, you get this awesome, I don't know if it'll show it, but awesome lanyard where we'll give you little pins per event type that you show up to, so you can collect pins and collect them all per se. Uh, if our top tier Grand Crusaders, it's limited to 10 slots. If it opens up, you get to get this awesome mug with Jesus, these webcams, with a name plaque on it that'll have your rank as a Grand Crusader. But that comes by default, and you have other things like discounted tickets and merch, as well as some anniversary gifts to check out. There is a free tier as well, so if you don't quite know if you want to invest in it and support us, that's okay. Definitely follow us because we constantly put out a bunch of really cool content, in my opinion, that I personally haven't seen elsewhere. Various articles of just behind the scenes of what AOT is doing. But like right now, for example, being March Madness, we have our own D&D flavored March Madness where we're pitting monsters up against each other. We're in our final bracket as the previous bracket just finished between the two tiers. So it's Owl Bear versus oh man, brain farted. It was Owl Bear and
Was it the fungus thing?
excuse me, primeval owlbear. It is a bigger, badder owlbear versus the violet fungus necro hulk. So just subscribe for free. You can put your vote in for the next bracket when it pops up, and whoever wins out of this monster battle, we will physically print these miniatures to play at our following event, likely in April. But all of our DMs tables will have said monster and themed their adventures around it. So I mean, just a taste of how you can positively interact and affect what's going on here with AOT. And then, yeah, friendly reminder: Child's Play is our supported Twitch stream charity.
As of
So
our
you
last
can sign up.
stream, we're up to $365 raised for Child's Play
Nice.
just through our Twitch alone.
Yeah, and in general, I mean, of course, we're trying to raise up to 1,000. So if you can help us meet that goal, it goes directly to them. It doesn't funnel through us, so it's a direct donation to them. It will notify us, of course. Um, so we'll give you a cheers, but we're also just trying to raise that $1,000. So through our Twitch lifespan, we've raised up to that amount that Garrett said. And I believe that is everything. I know it's a lot, but we just wanted to kind of highlight some of the things that's going on with AOT now and how you can get a little bit more involved. But we're going to dive back into the session. So where we left off was that the party was rolling through uh, essentially a dungeon below this ruined tower that they came across in their search for Old Owl Well. They felled a greater mimic that was in the shape of an armoire. They made their way through the various hallways and rooms, one of which holding a peculiar metallic sphere that had a pulsing purple energy for which Ragnar had touched. He had a rush of emotions and visions and sounds and everything that led to short-term madness and him falling unconscious. So we are continuing back off where Ragnar has now since been drugged into the other room by the party. What are y'all doing?
How do we think we can wake him up? Should I just like punch him in the face, see if he reacts? He normally would.
No, no. Let's not be violent. Do
I
we
mean,
have any?
that's kind of how he responds to things.
Yeah, actually, you're not wrong.
Do we have any? Do we have any med kits? And would a med kit have essentially like smelling salts or something like that?
I don't know. Did y'all purchase said medkits?
I got an alchemist supplies. I can spend a
Slash
little time to put
water.
together smelling salts or something of the like.
Why don't we just take some of the meat that you just coughed out and put that under his
Oh, I
nose?
have incense. I have some incense. I can wave some incense under his nose.
What are you asking us for?
Yeah, so you take the incense, you rub it under his nose. It seems to actually be fairly effective, being that it's just pure frankincense that you rub under his nose as he takes a whiff in his unconscious state, immediately waking.
Welcome back.
What happened? Where am I?
I tried to punch him, but they wouldn't let me.
That large orb appeared to put you to sleep. Are you okay?
Yeah, you were yelling about
I feel
gods for a
fine.
second.
Yes, there was a god that was yelling at me. And then I woke up to hear.
What
What'd he say?
what did
I
that
don't know.
did you get an image of the deity, or was it just more a voice?
No, it's just a voice.
Hmm.
Do you still hear that voice?
No.
Okay. Well,
Weird.
it definitely seems like that orb is dangerous.
Should I go touch it again?
No.
Oh yeah, we
no.
did some experimentation. It's super heavy. We couldn't pick it up. It's
You
not
can't.
going
You
anywhere.
can't pick it
I
up either.
think I can pick it up.
No, you should not pick it up.
That's a challenge.
Okay, I won't pick it up then. Joe, am I still under that effect, by the way?
Yes, I guess you missed my whisper, but yes. I also whispered it to Ragnar, so maybe you don't
What did
see
you
that.
whisper? Oh,
I mean,
I
it's
see.
it's
Okay,
no
okay, I
big deal.
get
I
you.
was just
Listen,
so
Chris
I
paying
was just
attention
going
to
with it.
chat things, not likely.
yeah, right.
I mean, I was
Insect.
going with it either way, so.
Can I
Yeah,
look?
you're
It's
still
like, okay, I won't
highly
touch it.
impressionable.
Can I look in this room and see what these shelves are and all that jazz?
Is these more bookcases?
Yeah, this appears to be yet another like study of sorts, with massive bookcases that have since toppled over. The room on the opposite end of the entrance that you came into appears to have been caved in. Um, it seems to you see like various brick and whatnot from the tower above, so it looks like this the ground for which that portion of the wall of the tower had caved in and that had piled through this room. It could have been a larger room at some point, but you're not certain.
You said there's like pieces of books scattered around like the other room.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Any titles that we can make out on any of them? Any of them suspiciously ominous? Like
sure.
acrobatics for dummies.
Hold on a second. Um, so yeah, I mean you peel through some of the bindings for what you can even make out of some of the spines. Any of them that are full, either on the cover or on the spine, you see things such as animated apocrypha, the golden ultimatum, splendid accomplishments of a exorcist, a tale about death, and so on.
Gotcha.
Read
So they're
More,
all
collection.
necrotic related.
more of the same. If there are any books that are more or less complete, and presuming we go back the same way, I'll do this when we go through that other library room again. If there are any books that are more or less complete, I will try to put them in my backpack. Of course, if it's like 50, 60 books, I won't be able to carry that many, but maybe up to 10
Yeah,
books that
I
are
would
mostly
say
complete.
within each room you probably find about 10 or so.
Okay. I'll
And
take
they're
5.
average size books for the most part.
Yeah, I'll take maybe 5 from this room on just various topics. I'll let you later on decide what the titles are, and 5 from that previous room. So,
Okay.
we'll just
Tregol.
call those random, or you can pick out what you think is good.
Well, I guess what are what are you particularly interested in taking?
Well,
I guess a general
I mean, you can
yeah,
always send
okay.
him the list and he can pick
feel of
them
it.
out after.
So I would not necessarily go for the ones that seem obviously about how a necromancer would go about doing their things. But if it's anything that seems like it's about the um, lore about the gods of the underworld, um, even if it's not obvious, I would try to take those, or anything that's like mythology about the underworld. I would take that, or
Okay.
mythology about death, meditations about death, something of that nature.
Sure.
Just to try to figure out what the perspective of this person was.
Okay.
Nah,
Yeah,
nothing
so
but weird
I'll come
readings.
up with those titles and I
Okay,
guess later.
Can
sure.
I listen in on this door, see if I hear anything on the other side? Any odd pulsatings?
You don't hear anything.
All right, Daddy's home. Knock knock.
Tregol, the book that you had found with Niff under the boulder. You
Yeah.
said there was writings that you couldn't read or decode. Do those relate to the runes by chance?
Oh, I haven't studied it extensively because it seemed a bit out of place.
Hmm.
And I'm concerned that it might have some magical properties. Would rather know whether it has any magical properties before I study it,
Hmm.
in case it carries some sort of a curse or something.
Understood.
Okay. And Niff, as you open the door and say "Daddy's home," you hear that echo across the room as while a smaller room seems to reach to heights similar to like what you would assume the length of the staircase was to get down. The rest of the ceilings seem to be an average ceiling height of like 10 or so feet. Um, Actually, what would be an average ceiling height? I guess 12 feet, 15 feet,
It
but
depends.
whatever. Average height. This one goes up, so it echoes a little bit. It appears to be in an office of sorts. There's a large oak desk, for the most part in fairly pristine condition, despite being very dusty. Various notes and whatnot are scrawled across this table. Nothing else seems to be in this room other than a stack of more books.
Tregol,
You
stand
see
back.
on this desk a leather bound journal, and rest atop this journal is a rune etched skull.
I
Hmm.
am going
They
to
both appear to be placed recently.
use my sickle and hit the desk. Barry, back up.
You just hit the desk. Okay.
Barry,
Yeah,
back.
you just hear a loud thud. It's
All
definitely a good quality desk, very thick.
right. It
No
was
hollow.
either good craftsmanship or a trap.
Does the writing on the skull, the etching on the skull, look like the runes we saw in the other on the floor?
Um, I would say no, they do not. I would say if anything, they look similar
Does,
to the tattoo on that wizard's
on the
forehead.
head? Yeah.
Okay.
All
Can I
right.
move
I'll
around
grab
the
the
controllers?
journal.
So the journal rests below the skull. So are
Yeah,
Jenga.
I'll go ahead and pick it up.
Okay. I'm gonna roll another d100.
What did we learn about touching random stuff?
So as you grab the skull and touch it, its jaw opens up as like a, if you've seen, what is it, Smile?
Like,
Which horror movie does that? Whatever. It just opens up super wide, um, and begins to chant in an unknown language of sorts as it spins rapidly before coming to a rest facing a scroll on the ground, wrapped in, or excuse me, tied with like a what's the material? Whatever, a silk rope, but it's on the floor just below it, so
Ribbon?
it's like leaning. I
Twine.
will say ribbon.
remember, examine what is said, not who speaks.
And then you said you were taking the journal, yeah?
And yeah, so I'll grab the scroll and the journal.
Did any of us understand what the skull said when it was spinning around, or did it say any words?
Whoops. Did that just show to everybody?
No.
Okay.
I don't
Did it
think
show to
so.
Barry? I shared it with Barry.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to see. So
I'm gonna
Barry
root-
should have 2. I don't know how it appears when I add you as an edit. If I hit show to players, does some? Oh, he disappeared. Okay, so I can't even confirm. So he grabs the journal and the scroll. What was your question, Ken? Sorry.
Uh, I I thought you said that the skull said something as it was spinning around. Could any of us understand what it said?
Go ahead. That's a good point. Go. I guess all of you roll a history check.
Okay.
Intellect check.
Intelligence?
Yes. Intellect check. Yeah, intelligence check.
Oh,
Natural
wow.
20.
Oh, that should have been. I don't have any bonuses on that. That should have been a check, but
Still a
it's
natural
just
20.
still a number 1.
Yeah.
Or still a +1, I should say.
Um. So you recognize the language as being infernal adjacent. You weren't able to make out most of the words. It, you hear like bits and pieces come through, but you can't quite correlate what
Okay.
exactly it was saying. It didn't seem of those words that it was of ill intent. It must have been some. You would assume it's some sort of um, like an automated detection spell per se, of like somebody touching it and it pointing out something.
Okay. Um.
The others don't know that. Y'all rolled too low.
Yeah. Be careful, Barry. That the words that it spoke sounded similar to infernal. It probably is not good, whatever that scroll is.
As you're saying this, I'm reading the scroll.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm gonna root around in the desk, in the drawers and stuff, see if there's anything in there.
You're muted, Joe. You're saying stuff.
Yeah, so I didn't mean to actually have that. Like it was only supposed to be the image. It's in the journal. So I can put the, I guess if you wanted to read the journal out loud, you could.
I'll read the scroll. The journal, I'll probably. I mean, I'll look at it. I will look at it, but Barry's not gonna
Okay.
rummage through it right now.
Sure.
Maybe if we get a little bit of time.
So feel free to, I
Is
guess,
that
read the
book
scroll.
have a title? Is anything related to weird things?
Oh, excuse me. I said to read the scroll, but so the text on the scroll, despite me forgetting
Oh,
that
so
I
I
put it in
can't
the
read it.
description, you can't read it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
the text itself seems to be like completely similar to the symbols on the ground, but these are
Okay.
kind of
Okay. Then
inky
I
and
will.
and the move like water.
Okay, so I'll read the journal then. and the scroll I'll just like just pass around and see if anybody knows.
Sure. So I'll show. Let me first, I guess, remove this description, despite you already
Yeah,
putting it in the
sorry.
chat. No, it's all good. So I'll share with everyone. All right. So I'll show all players. Does that appear on the stream?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sir.
I don't like that, but okay. That looks exactly like the orb in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Maybe we're supposed to say whatever the scroll says in the room.
I need to go to a cleric. I think I'm cursed.
You didn't even touch
Skye.
the thing. I would prioritize Ragnar before you.
Oh, he's definitely cursed, but like I think he doesn't realize it, so he's okay.
Skye.
Barry's like
I'm not
Barry's like,
cursed.
wait, bros. This yeah. I'm just try to follow along as best you can. But there's this journal entry and it says that it's Haman Costa's journal. Does that name ring a bell?
Amon Costa?
Was that the name of the wizard?
Is
we
that the
fought?
name of the wizard? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems to be that this is the journal of the wizard that we found.
Not a very good wizard. We kicked his ass.
Yeah. He asked around to know the history of the tower, but nobody knew. However, an individual mentioned a banshee at Coneyberry that may be able to give me the answer.
Ah, the one thing we've been not doing. Ah.
He finds it laughable, but he'll have to explore. Figured he would explore the depths for what the order and the master tasked me to finding. He mentions that he goes on to say that the scroll, this scroll right here, it's an ancient dialect of deep speech. I'm not sure I've ever heard of this language. But he guess it translates it to stone does not sleep, but it dreams beneath. Roots of the world grow hollow, thirsting for what is lost. The first shall crumble, the second shall rise, and the third shall know only silence. When the eye unseals a hand and beckons, the path will open. Not by light nor braid nor oath, but by the will of the nameless thing. Scryers are right. I've unearthed a fragment of something greater, something beyond reckoning, certainly of Netherese origin. Do Netherese?
He mentioned that.
Isn't that a stone type?
No,
Ancient kingdom of something.
it's ancient kingdom. Yes.
Okay. When I touched it, my mind was not my own. Oh, Ragnar, that makes sense. He touched it too and had the same thing. Oh,
Ragnar,
My
do you already
mind
know all of
is-
this?
My mind is solid. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Ragnar, sit down.
Okay.
I saw hollow halls, unseeing eye, and a hunger without end. Tissernos sought treasure, but he found something worse. Perhaps it is why he never returned. Though Gentle Spellbook is not here. If I don't find this for Karen, this damn book tome for Karen, she won't be able to teach me the ancient practices. Maybe there's a reason why Tissernos did not teach them. I must dig deeper. More questions than there are answers, and I'm running out of patience. The Red Wizards will have what is owed, power or ruin. Maybe it's time I cave to this local legend and speak with the Banshee. Well, who would have guessed that we would have? Hey, look, I know we thought about maybe like how we were going about going places. Ends up turning out that this is pretty important. So maybe the
Indeed.
Banshee might have some more.
He's a classic guy just doing stuff for a girl. Idiot.
Well, the Banshee might have more to tell us than we originally were going to ask. First
What we
it was
should
just
do, we should find his girlfriend Karen. I bet she's got info.
Barry and
I don't know where they are.
Skye. Look at the design on this scroll. Does that not look like perhaps looking down on a tree and seeing the roots spread out from it?
Yes, it appears that
Yes.
the eye is the root, like
The
basically
center.
spreading
Yes.
the darkness as like roots on a tree. Um, you know, I wasn't. I think we are gonna have to try and find some way to successfully move this object, but I'm not sure how.
Yes.
Joe,
I
can
can try
Leaving
to
it
pick it
here
up again.
seems.
Ragnar, don't touch it. Can I root around in the desk, see if I find anything like the drawers and stuff?
Similar to the chest they found in the presumed library area, it's just kind of filled with various blank pieces of paper, quills, um, stationery.
And if I crawl like under the desk where the feet go, there's no like hidden button to shut off the magic circle or whatever.
No.
I got
Um,
nothing.
paper and quills are pretty valuable, right?
No, they're like what? A copper each.
Well, I mean,
Paper can be.
uh, if nobody else wants them, I'll take
The-
any.
Don't make
I'll
me
take
eat
any
these
blank
just so you
paper.
don't have them. That's dumb. We're not looting paper from a dungeon. I
And
Guys.
vehemently stand against this.
Apologies. But Barry, the journal. Can I see it for a second?
Yeah, bro.
I flip to it to the uh page marked entry 5. It it seems like he's looking for the same spell book that the
Sister Grail.
yes, Bow Gentle.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what. I don't know. I thought that name rang a bell.
There's something bigger, I think, that maybe she did not let us know about. So, like you said, I think to fully understand here, we need to go to the not hag. What was she? Banshee.
Banshee.
Yeah.
Undead abomination.
Well, I mean, if we look at what we found here, possibly this is a connection point for the Banshee.
Perhaps the Banshee was a member of the Netherese civilization.
You think the Banshee's Karen?
Well, maybe she was no. Oh, Karn?
No, he said her name was Karen, the guy that this guy's pining over.
For Caern?
Kaern.
I didn't read it. All I heard was him say Karen. I don't know what you want from me.
Karen,
Hey,
yes.
Barry, do you have like silence? Or like dispel magic or anything like that?
It could be.
Never heard of
What a reason.
such. Those tends to be more wizard related.
Dang.
Mine is more of a natural connection to the
You know
earth.
what? We don't have enough magic going on here. Next time I have the opportunity, I'm gonna find like a someone to give a pack to, and I'm gonna have to make some magic happen for us guys
Do you want me to learn magic?
immediately.
Okay. And I'll just start doing weird shapes with my hands and start saying something that I don't even understand. And I'm just gonna practice that in the corner, and nothing happens.
No, yeah.
DM,
Mhm.
as this journal gets passed around, and I look at the design on the scroll and I read these journal entries, um, from my time in the temple, have I heard about any specific religious belief that this might tie into? Does it ring any bells as to maybe, because there definitely seems to be some ritual elements to what they're talking about, and the fragments of poetry seems almost like ritualistic.
Hmm. Um, excuse me. I'd say sure. Go ahead and roll a history check.
History? Okay.
Mhm.
Not a religion check.
Uh,
I'll give you guidance.
I mean religion or history. That's
Okay,
fine because
all right.
you did mention it.
I only asked because my religion is a little better. So 22.
What
You
is
don't
going
even
on
need it.
tonight?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
The
whisper.
RNG is in our favor tonight. Because we're all rolling well.
Oh.
Oh my god, dude. I just typed out this whole thing and it says unable to find player or character. Like, what did I type wrong? I'm just gonna say it out loud then, I guess,
Okay.
because I'm that lazy. So you don't recount it relating to any like any of this stuff that you've read or seen so far, having any relation to any particular pantheon or religion that you've learned about, but in I don't know your time. However, you do recall um, from a short lesson on like the Netherese Empire, and hearing about it going in, preparing to go into this other realm, um, that there were objects that acted as conduits of communication and doubled as also for power to power something, but the name of which is escaping you. The purposes why it's here, we're not certain.
Okay. I'll relay that to the rest of the group.
Weird.
Yes.
Power?
Power. Well, clearly from this journal, he was sent here to find objects that his master, as he calls it, thought was powerful. And there were seers, which I must imagine are oracles, that discerned that there would be these things here.
Do you think it is the orb?
Yeah, I think.
Pardon?
I don't think
Do
he
you think
came for
this
the
thing is
orb.
the orb, or is this secondary to what he was? It seems like he was here for the journal as well. The
What if the orb's the
spells
gate?
I
You
I
activate it
yeah.
and it opens up a
Niff,
gate.
I believe that is I believe that's the gist of it. I
It's
think
already
the
partially
orb
activated. They just need like the action phrase or whatever.
was a gateway if you know how to activate the gate.
Hmm.
It's
So
powered
yes,
up. It
I
just needs the
believe the
flip of the
orb is
switch.
what he was after, or part of what he was after.
But he didn't have it all. I see.
Do you think if we just collapse this room, no one can use it? Like there's
I
4
mean,
structural pillars around it. Like we can't
yes.
destroy it, but
No.
people would have to put in a lot more work than just walk down here.
I have a feeling, Niff, that this could be in the right hands. It could be not only very valuable, but it might be beneficial.
Said every dictator ever.
Well, Perhaps that's
If
true.
no one gets it, no one does good or evil with it.
This is true. Do we have any... Once we leave this place, do we have any means by which we could collapse the earth here?
We could keep Skye's bear down here, have him break the pillars after we leave, see if it collapses. He could just get another one.
I
I
we have
don't
seen,
like
we
that.
have seen how
Yeah, but if we
traumatic.
vote on it,
No, we have seen how traumatizing it is to Skye when an animal is injured. I don't think we should do that.
all right.
Um,
I've got an alchemist kit. Can I make like some acid or something that'll eat away at these pillars?
Do you have proficiency with the alchemy kit?
Alchemist supplies, yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I don't even know. No.
okay,
It's
before
just a
you do
flat
this,
intelligence.
Yeah.
let's figure out where we want to be before he starts.
I mean, obviously out. Everyone start heading out.
Well,
I'll hang out near the door.
when all this happened, Ragnar tried to pick it up again, and you said that was. I'm trying to understand what happened. His hand, when he made the check, his hand slipped and touched the item again. Correct? It wasn't-
Yes.
Yeah, and then he got knocked out.
And
so
that's when he
if
fell
anyone
asleep.
tries to mess with the object
So if we
itself,
can put it in, but we can put it in a bag.
yeah, we can't take it anywhere. It's too heavy. Didn't you hear that
Do
thing?
you
when
want
you
me
were
to-
drunk?
You ain't
We
putting it in
don't-
a
Look,
bag.
we even have a bag.
He
that-
just said it seemed heavier than normal, not that it was too heavy.
Should I put it in a bag? You want to try that?
Yes.
Do you have a bag
Oh.
that will fit a 3-foot diameter sphere?
Ragnar goes over to the ball
I mean,
and
realistically,
does exactly
he
as told.
he does have a sack that fit me in it.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and roll a dex. We'll just do a flat dexterity.
I'll give you guidance.
Is that a D4?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh yeah!
Natural
go.
20. Don't
What
even
in the
need it.
hell is going on tonight? I mean, I guess I could use my popcorn inspiration to impose. No, it's an advantage, so I guess I can't change it. All right, whatever. Yeah, you successfully put this ball in a sack. Now make a strength check.
Real quick, we just got a new follow from Lily Critter. So thank you, Lily.
Hey,
Cheers to
thank
you.
Cheers.
Hey,
Cheers,
Thanks,
cheers,
Lily
cheers.
Critter.
cheers.
Question is critter in reference to, a small
Critical Role.
creature, or
Oh
that
my god,
you
that's perfect.
like yeah,
The answer
that
could
you
just
like
be
critical
less.
roll, or that you constantly roll natural 20s like my damn
Apparently,
party
that's what
tonight?
we're doing.
Well.
Well, hold on, Joe, because I just rolled a natural 1 for the strength check.
That's
I rolled the complete opposite of what I just rolled.
But then the
There's the
D4, right?
RNG.
So you
what 1 in 400?
managed to
Oh, I do-
somehow
yeah, it doesn't
wrap
matter.
the bag around it, like wedge it somehow under the orb to get it to where you can essentially deadlift this orb. And as you do, nothing it seems to give. It's severely heavy. Like you were able to pull it around somehow, but not under the orb itself. So you're just kind
Guys,
of
if I
yanking
pull
at
any
the side.
harder, it's just gonna rip the sack. There's no moving this thing.
What if?
No natural 1, it rips the
Yeah.
sack.
Oh,
All right.
you just see Ragnar
ripped
is
the
in a
sack.
deep depression now, as one of his.
That was one of
sacks
his
is
good
ripped.
ones.
Uh,
That was his best
is
one.
that there's still obviously the pieces underneath it? Did it rip the top off and the whole thing in half, or is it still on a
So
piece
he
of cloth?
does so the way I'm imagining it, right, is he's putting the bag over the top and trying to pull like backward, deadlift the bag under the ball to then lift it up, right?
Mhm.
So as he does that, he pulls too hard and like shreds it in
Oh,
half.
just shreds it in half. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just Ragnar is just on his knees staring at it. What have I done? Why? What has
All right.
brought me to this
I
point?
have
where will
another
be a
idea.
sack?
Does this thing take damage? Has anybody tried to hit it?
I don't think we should.
Yeah, it could explode. Like
Well, I have an idea.
Joe is frantically looking up
Go
what
ahead.
happens if we attack it.
What? I'm sorry for being silent, but I've been perplexed by this supposed translation of it. What if the first, the second, and the third are dwarves?
What?
Why? What makes you believe they are dwarves?
Well, my thinking is it's talking about non-living things as though they are living, and my understanding of dwarves are they are the stone that they are created from. They are one with stone, right?
Are we sure they're not just talking about undead, living but not alive? Dead but not dead? I mean, this is a necromancy thing, right?
But stone does not sleep, but it dreams beneath.
It could be a
something
stone
hidden
giant.
underneath the surface. This could
Stone
be
giants are
Well,
related to stone.
part
It
of
could be
that
them. It could be a
undersurface, but-
troll.
well.
I
My
think it might
thinking
be
as
the
well is,
Netherese.
and could that be related to the hidden mines? Could this be something connected to the hidden mines?
Well, the mines were the mines
They're
were
in the area somewhere.
the mines were. Oh, I'll have to do a lore rehash. The mines were there, and then um,
They're
and then
both ancient empire
this
related.
Well, think of this. Think of this, Skye. What do you find in a mine? You find ore, correct?
Canaries.
And
Yes.
ore is in veins, correct? And when you extract the ore, it leaves hollow veins.
Hmm.
So it talks about the roots of the world grow hollow. If the veins are kind of
Then
shaped
mined,
like
yes.
roots, and
You know what? I
hollow
think this
them
all
out
comes
by
down. They
mining,
dug too deep.
Yes.
Those dwarves every time. Too
they're
greedy. They dig
thirsting
too
for
deep.
what was lost.
Possibly there's something
So do
that
we need
is
to
missing.
put this orb
and
back in the hole it came from?
maybe
Wait,
not put
the
it
first-
back, but maybe it's connected.
The first shall crumble. Where are we?
In a crumbled
A ruined tower.
ruin tower?
The
crumbled
first
tower.
empire.
It's a crumbled tower.
Yes.
This may be the first. The second may be another tower, or a tower that will rise.
Or a
when-
mountain or volcano or something that rises above the earth.
And the third shall know only silence.
Something that is lost to history, the mine.
So, okay. So if the first one crumbles, the second one will rise, and the third will know only silence. So the second one will destroy everything, so nothing else can make sound. Therefore, the third will only hear silence. So whatever this second one is going to destroy everything.
The only part that I'm still not unaware of is the last two lines. Ion seals and the hidden beckons, the path opens. When you learn the knowledge, your ion seals. When your hand beckons, when you go there to open it up, then the path is open.
Well, even also when he says that when he touched the thing, the first thing that he mentions is that he felt like he had this eye that saw an unseeing eye and a hunger without an end. So this, to me, this is the eye.
Yes.
What if the eye is darkness and oblivion?
And
It's
the
a hunger
path
that
is
never
open.
ends.
So the eye is unsealed.
Yes.
So now things are in motion.
That
Honestly,
that
this
we
is-
have to deal with.
All of this is still
Here.
convincing me we need to collapse this this room.
Do not collapse this, please.
I
Bro.
don't think that's our best bet.
Let's not collapse it because the banshee is already being like.
Let's find
I think
out
the
what the
banshee might have
knows
answers.
first.
That I think we need to
I
do
think
first.
the safest thing is to just kill the banshee. That way, no one can get the information from them.
But then neither can we.
Once we get the information,
Yes, but no one can
from the
do anything
banshee,
with it if no one knows it.
Unless someone revives the banshee or
Is that a
has
thing?
other
Can you make the
otherworldly
undead
magical
dead and then undead
connection.
again?
I
and
reach
the other
into
thing
my
is that
pouch
Prophecy and
I
faith
pull
will
out.
occur.
I reach into my pouch
With or
and I
without
pull
us.
out the silver comb. And I say, "You remember Sister Grail gave us this?"
I have an idea. Give me the
This
comb. Give me
is-
the comb. Give me the comb.
No.
Let me see it. I want to try something.
No. This is for Agatha, the banshee. I think when we give this to her and find out what she knows, I think she will depart of her own accord. I think she has been trapped here because of being separated from this fragment of her former life, and we can release her to the afterlife.
Okay, so I was thinking about this comb earlier, and I was going to ask you, but then I thought that you had given it away, but then I remembered that she gave it back to us.
Yes.
Can I see the comb? I want to see something. I'm going to give it back to you, unless I can't, but I'm going to try. Can I see the comb?
What is your idea? What do you want to do with it?
I want to see if it does anything.
You want to try to touch the orb with it?
1,000%.
I do not think that's a good
If it's a key, it unlocks it. We don't need to go running around anywhere. This could be the key.
I don't.
But if we unlock it without
No.
knowing everything we need to know, that could be very bad for us.
So if we
So
don't
let us
have
talk-
knowledge, we can mess everything up. But then if we have that knowledge, someone else can get it and mess everything up.
Well, the other thing, I personally, my feelings on this is that things have already been set in motion. This has been activated. This is not a key of any sort. It's not gonna. There's no unlocking. Things are.
Then what
it's
damage could I do?
swirling. You could break
Could
the
lose
comb,
or
and then we
break
could
the
not be able
comb.
to
I'm
use it
not
for
gonna hit it
Yeah.
hard.
But it could be some kind of magical resonance that shatters it.
As you wanted to earlier, we could take a vote on it.
Well, I look at Skye and I look at Barry and I say, "Do you?" I
Don't
have
ask
a
them.
bad
They're clearly
feeling
against
about
this.
touching the
I don't.
orb.
We
with
saw
this.
what happened with a living person touching.
I want to see what happens.
don't want
so don't make
something
me do
that
what
of
I'm about
value
to do.
get destroyed.
I think-
instantly.
I think we should just go talk to.
Yes.
Hey
the
Ragnar,
band.
what are you doing?
We have before
go
we had
there.
one question. Now we have multiple.
Ragnar is just
Correct.
he's still kneeling in
He's
front of
doing
the
magic.
orb.
Ragnar,
No,
stop
he's
doing.
still kneeling in front of the orb, and you just hear him murmur to himself, "I have lost what matters. The echo of laughter that once filled this space has faded, leaving only silence.
Ragnar,
The
forget
warmth
about
I
that
held
snack.
so close to the shadows slipping through my fingers is now like sand. I grasp at nothing. Perhaps this is what it means to be truly alone.
We need to leave.
Not just in the absence of others, but in the absence of hope."
In the absence of sacks.
Bro, you have like 100 more of those.
Ragnar, forget about
You
that.
cannot replace one. With
Forget
Battle
about that
Command.
sack.
I feel like this is a punk rock emo song.
Ragnar,
I
grab
don't
the
think
comb
he's
from
okay.
Chagall. Grab the comb from Chagall and tap the orb with it lightly.
Okay,
No, Ragnar, I'll give you 20 seconds if you don't do that.
wait a second. Okay.
No, Ragnar.
He does it.
Sacks don't matter right now.
Oh, they do.
Yes, they do. There's one thing I know Ragnar likes, and that's a sack. Do not try to fight him against his base will.
All right, fine. I capitulate. Let's get out of here.
And Niff, to be fair, we may wind up needing to collapse this place, but I think it's premature to do it now.
All right,
think
I got a book about hobbies for dummies. I'll look into bomb making. That way it'll be more effective.
There we go.
Become
And so
partial
while we're walking, I'll
artificer.
just like peripherally follow Barry's light while trying to read my book, Hobbies for Dummies, to see if there's anything about bomb making or anything like that.
Okay.
I guess technically that's alchemy, right? Or no, it's like artificer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be more artificer type
Wait, Ragnar.
magic per se.
What?
Do you guys
Ragnar,
have
we're
Ragnar?
leaving.
Ragnar, come on, follow the lights, please, buddy. Ragnar.
I can't see. Oh, I don't. have the right-
That's
okay.
why we're calling for you, buddy. We know you can't see
Follow the light.
what we're afraid of. But not the light that calls you to like end there and like the pearly
Whichever
white
one you
light,
see
not that
first.
light.
Barry's light right here.
Yeah. Yes, that light.
What just happened?
You do not find anything on artifice like bomb making.
All right, we got to make a
Yeah.
stop by a store on the way back.
Can I move my? What the heck?
Okay.
Weird.
What are
It
y'all
rolled
doing?
funny. Like
We're
we
leaving.
hit a button to walk upstairs and it just
Are we
switches
leaving?
us to the next map.
Like
Yeah,
you're
what's
going
left
back
to do in here? What do you want to do?
Going back to old wall.
Wallow in my self-doubt.
Ragnar,
Ragnar,
we're
is
one sack
everything
died,
okay?
5 more sacks open.
Where are they?
Honestly,
Where are
do you
the
have the
other
2
ones?
halves of that sack you broke?
No.
Where are they?
It is now just an empty cloth that
Okay.
I shall put on my clothing and remember to
Can I-
stay forth.
I've
And I'm
been
just gonna put the cloth on me as armor, and it's just gonna be on me. Not as armor, but like just a piece of clothing.
Ragnar.
Yeah,
I
you like wrap it around your bicep.
I put it like
It will
on
give
my
me
shoulder,
forever pump.
crossing. I put it like on my
Captain's
shoulder,
band.
crossing down this way. Yeah. So that way I will always remember.
Ragnar, I can take those 2 pieces of cloth and now make you 2 sacks that are just smaller than the original.
No, the other one is still down there connected. I only have the.
Oh, I
one.
thought you-
should wear it in remembrance.
All right. Actually, I have an idea. You know what would be really cool to make you look awesome? A bandana.
It's too much cloth for that much. For a bandana.
Well, I can sew it up and make it a good bandana for you.
No, I should.
And you
keep
can
it
just run into
underneath
battle
and
going,
wear
the
it
sack!
Sackhead.
All right, so you make your way up. Now it's about a little over midday. The sun is about 75% way through the sky. What are y'all doing now?
Are we just
We are
beelining it
going
back
to
to
Coney
Phandelver?
Let's say the fire is also. fit.
No, we need to go to Coneyberry before
Yes,
we go back to Phandelver.
Coneyberry.
Do we want to camp though? Because I don't
We
know
should-
about anybody else, but I'm about half health.
Yeah, we should probably take a nap here and replenish and then head out in the morning.
I don't actually know, Joe. Would I be still at full health from this, or what? Okay.
Fine.
I'm going to go sleep on that guy's bed.
Okay. I will go meditate in here and just flip through some of these books. Not the special book on climbing, but flip through some of the other books to see if I find anything of interest.
Excuse me.
So just to clarify, we're taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as long as everyone else is cool with that.
I would like a
Sounds
long
good.
rest, yes.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to do so.
Hey, Skye,
Um,
you can use this time to send your bear away so he doesn't die again, and then find someone new to
Listen.
kill later.
He's alive. That's what matters.
Yeah, but now he has the trauma of dying and then coming back to life.
As do many of us, do we not?
Tregol just
I'm just saying,
Live that
he's
life.
done some work today.
Yeah,
It might be good to just tell him, go make bear babies somewhere else. Find
Well,
a
I,
new
no,
one.
I
He'll
guess
be
the
all
question is, do we still want him with us with the party? Do we want my feathered friend, or do you all want to meet, as Ragnar put it, my water friend?
Do we know
I
the
would love
logistics
to
of
see how your
Ponyberry?
water. I would love to see how your water friend reacts to no water being around.
Oh, they'll survive. They'll be okay.
It's just a fish.
Will they be
flopping on the
good?
ground.
No. But will they survive? Yes.
Please bring your
any of
water
the
friend.
three of them have magical attacks? Because we still have that problem. I'd like to point out that we're going to
That's
go
a-
after a
that's
banshee
a
and no one here knows
great-
magic.
Great.
Oh, I got
question.
magic to deal with banshees.
Oh, cool. So Barry will take them. We'll watch, and that'll work out for everyone, right?
Well, I will need to interact with Agatha because I have the comb, but Barry and
I'm only just bringing it up because it seems relevant.
Yeah, well, we
Because
should
how
be
many
all
of
right
the times
in
we
those
go into
regards.
things do we not end up fighting something? A troll. That's it.
I
or
would
whatever that thing was.
say, if we choose our talkers wisely, we may not have to fight something.
Okay.
No,
I
I
can
can
talk
talk
to her.
anybody out of a fight. I don't.
I'm
know.
gonna immediately just put the vote out that Ragnar's not talking.
Oh, hold on.
He's got a lot of good ideas.
For us,
Great
but not
ideas.
for others, I would say.
That's fine.
Ragnar
I'll
is
talk
a
the
viewer.
undead abomination though.
Ragnar,
that's
if
given.
we find out that Agatha deals in sacks, then I think you would be a perfect person to speak with her once we determine that.
Ethereal sacks.
Ragnar
know
is
what that
an
means.
action guy. We need something done. Ragnar does it.
Well, I think I vote for
think we'll be
Tregol,
fine.
obviously. You know, him knowing Kellamvor and all the undead stuff. Go to. Definitely deal with this lady head on. And me, I love killing undead. I can talk to the undead abomination and sort out whatever we're doing.
Niff, may I suggest we give her a chance to depart for the afterlife in peace before we try to kill her?
Yeah, who said killing her?
You just said that.
No, I said she's an undead abomination that should die.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean I'm not going to let Tregol
that's
have
alluding
a word.
to. I mean, you just killed the necromancer. He
I'm
wasn't
sorry. What
undead.
was he doing? Bringing more undead into this
He
world?
was.
He
wasn't
was
undead,
indeed
though.
bringing. He needed to die. Barry.
Yeah. So who
But he wasn't
has a track
undead.
record of making good decisions here? Who befriended the ogre and his parents? I honestly,
I'm just saying-
we should get a vote right now who the leader of the group is.
Definitely the guy with the most charisma.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Oh,
not
I
me.
definitely. I don't know what that word means, but I can definitely
don't
talk
think-
my
As
way.
I just like reach
out
in
of
my
a
pants and
situation.
scratch my
Barry?
ass.
I can definitely talk my way out of a situation with my pickaxe.
Scratch.
I have
Ugh.
0 charisma as well.
I have 0 charisma, so
-1.
I too have -1.
Oh my
I
God.
just put
Is
things
Tregol
together.
our most charismatic?
This is why
with
people
one?
don't
Tregol
like
has a +1, has a 12. in
I think
charisma.
yes, it was either Tregol or it was Ephraim.
Oh,
I think Ephraim
that makes
actually
a lot more sense.
has a lot of charisma.
That
I
makes a
think
lot.
Ephraim
Yeah, that
is
makes sense
actually
for-
our face.
Your pack leader is not present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So we're just
so
a
as
wild
his
pack of
number
While
hounds.
Niff is just slicing
We're just
meats off
chaos.
of various things.
As his number 2, I think it clearly falls to me to be the face of this group.
Again, I can talk my way out of any situation, but it's more using my pickaxes, and it's not really talking. It's more hitting.
It's more like a swooshing sound.
Okay.
Splat.
Well, let's
Crunching.
So clearly, if I'm gonna be in the run, that is my camp. Oh, that's too large a word. That is my
Platform, no.
my what I would put in for you guys to vote. What
He
Guys,
just ends there. He just ends
That's
on
it.
what?
Yep.
Okay.
money me, money now, money me needing a lot now.
Money me.
Um,
Let's
all right, you guys think on it. We'll take a
table
sleep.
this for discussion. Yes, perfect. We'll get some rest. If everyone's, I can take first watch. Or whoever. Okay.
I can watch. I can take first watch. You don't have to.
I just need a 4-hour trance, and
Exactly.
after that 4-hour trance, I can
I feel like
take
Ragnar
watch.
should probably sleep. He's kind of been through a lot.
No, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Ragnar, I think you need to deal with some mental
No,
gymnastics.
trust me, I'm fine.
Ragnar, go to sleep.
I just do what I do with everything else and just push it down and bottle it up and then
And then just explode
Based
into a
on
rage
Niff,
fueled monster.
move on.
when
And then
Niff
a
said
rage
Ragnar
comes
go to
to a
sleep, you
rage.
immediately just stop and lay
You're
down
right.
and go to sleep.
I'm going to sleep, actually.
And Tregol, you had mentioned that Tregol was going to like rifle through one of the books.
I after my 4-hour meditation, so for the second half of the long rest while everybody else is sleeping, I'm not going to touch the climbing book because after his experience with the armoire, now he's convinced that one might be cursed, so he wants to get it checked before he does anything. But I want to just sort of skim through the others and see if there's anything that, seems pertinent or of special interest from the ones that I picked up. If not, I'll take them back and I'll read them at leisure later in our lair.
Yeah. So if anything, I'll say that you do find of the books you found, a particular one of interest appear to be like an encyclopedia of sorts, like multiple books.
Okay.
You only were able to find volume 6 out of
Okay.
who knows how many. It's an anatomical study of magical creatures, the undead,
Okay.
and so you begin kind of peeling through that. If you so choose, that was one that stood out to you.
Sure. Yeah. I will. I will examine that one, and more so just to see if it talks about any specific weak points, aka if I get into a fight with one of those creatures, if there's anything I can use to sort of maybe gain a bonus on an attack to them.
Yeah,
You
you're
know.
picking up what I was putting down with that book. So within 4 hours, you would probably read about a quarter of it. So what we'll do until
Okay.
you continue reading it, if you come across an undead, we'll have you roll a d20, and if it's below 5, yeah, below 5, so you have 1 through 5, you would know
Okay.
you would get advantage on them.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Are you going to tell me about this when I wake up?
Oh, I will.
You're allowed to say no.
I not just yet, because I wanna make sure I'm reading what I think I'm reading, and once I'm sure that I am, then I will definitely want to share it with Niff since he also
Nice.
enjoys killing the undead. But I just don't want to think that I've found something and walk into it and find that I actually have disadvantage and
It's
then screw you up
misinformation.
too.
It's an
Yeah, exactly.
encyclopedia of misinformation.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
didn't
don't
tell
want
you
to
what the
screw
other
you up too.
15 means. Uh, okay, does anybody else want to do anything in particular?
I'm good. I sleep.
I will just make a burn some incense here when everybody's done. I'm not gonna burn incense while people are trying to sleep, but when everybody's done resting, I'll burn some incense, and I will do a little non-magical ritual, um, thanking Kellamvor for our ability to destroy these undead that were here, and the necromancer.
Yeah, if you're doing that while once everyone's awake, I'll help.
Okay.
Yeah, Gerald, you gotta tell me more about this Kellenborg guy. He sounds like a pretty stand-up guy. He seems to hate the undead, which is, an awesome thing.
Yes.
What is going on? Are you getting the whispers I'm sending you, Ken?
Yes, I am.
I'm
Okay.
also getting them as well.
Yeah, that's what's so weird. I
Some
specifically
were,
specified Ken. I mean, it doesn't matter that y'all see it, I guess, but it was just the book and what it looks like. Yeah, but I like sent it to Ken, and then I see that one part of
see.
it went to Ken, another piece of it did not, and it's highlighted in a different color. Roll 20 drives me
Yeah, roll 20 is kind of
nuts.
annoying.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah, it's probably some weird symbol or something I put in between. I don't know.
Hey, Tregol, does Kellenvor like blood sacrifices? Is that a thing he does?
No, not really.
We should probably talk to him about that. That could be good for him.
As Ken opens up another tab to Google it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, like, I'm big into like blood-related stuff. I can do magic with blood. So if like Kellenvor's down with that, that's pretty cool,
No, no, I don't believe his rituals. I will tell him a couple of tales about Kellamvor. And Garrett, I'll grab some stuff and
Okay.
I'll put it in roll 20, whisper it to you.
Good luck.
Just so you
Yeah,
know.
no worries.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did somebody just roll like a ton of dice? Like it didn't seem to register.
I saw
in chat,
one
but it
of
fell on
my die
screen.
go through, but I only saw it on my screen. I don't know what's happening.
It's actually a good point. It was colored in Ken's color.
Yeah, mine was
Oh,
colored.
I didn't intentionally roll.
But there's nothing
No,
in
but
the
the thing
chat
is,
log.
doesn't look like he did. Roll 20 is just acting cray. So in general, everybody's done for the night. This conversation happened, as you woke up, I guess, whilst Tregol finished his trance. Is that correct? So we're moving on into the morning? Okay. So the sun rises, you hear the birds chirping, you hear a rooster crow off in the distance. It is now light shining through the tent slips for those of you in the tent, and those of you outside, you immediately wake up with the warmth of the sun on your face.
Guys, is there a town near here?
I don't know. We'll
I
have to
mean,
take a look at the
Conaberry's the
map.
closest.
Well, Coneyberry is ruins.
Close enough to hear a rooster call? No one else finds that weird?
Could be a stray rooster.
Well, that would be more like on a farm where you would hear a rooster, not
Did
necessarily.
we see any like anyone? I don't know. It's just weird. We're out in the middle of nowhere. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there are many hermits and Barry, do
Wild.
not some druids live out
I'm
in
sorry.
the wild?
Are you suggesting that the
Sound can
domesticated
carry.
chicken is wild?
No.
No, that Skye said something about wild chickens. This dude's going crazy. Did you touch the orb? I have never met a chicken in my travels.
Never?
You never met a chicken?
Not out in
We
the
just
open,
we like
in the wild. Yeah, if you go into town,
well,
find one.
I'm sorry, but why are you introducing yourself to a chicken? That's kind of weird.
I'm sorry, you don't introduce yourself to the random people you meet along the way?
Not to a chicken. No.
Why? Because it's less than you?
Yes, because it does not speak common.
Okay. How do you know it's not speaking and you just can't understand?
Because it says bagok.
Yeah, but you don't speak Pagani.
That's not
I
common.
speak Bagok, and they are intelligent and capable of communication.
I can speak bagok, but it's not common.
Well, just
I
because
need like 10
you are
minutes. I need like 10
unable.
minutes to focus.
Okay, so
and
you're
then I can
saying-
speak bagok.
You're arguing with me about
Oh, so you can Bagok as well.
and you can
Yeah,
talk to chickens.
Yes, I too can bagok.
I don't see
Nice,
where the
bro. I never knew that, Ragnar.
I
That is
need like
sick,
a few
bro.
minutes, but yes,
Maybe we can Bagok to each other on the road.
I can also move.
What are you talking about?
Ragnar
Perhaps we
talks
could-
to chickens apparently,
could
but has
quack.
a problem with me introducing myself to
I
one.
can quack like a duck.
What?
Skye, what is that thing? What just happened?
I'm sorry. Well, you remember before you guys went to bed, and I told you I would summon my other companion.
Yeah, that looks like a three-headed abomination. What is happening?
Oh well, no, right here and on my shoulder you see an otter. I'm like, it's Lutra.
Okay, guys, does
nice.
Tony Berry have aquatic infrastructure I'm unaware of?
But no, you guys asked about him. That's all. That's why I'm.
Yeah, but isn't the idea to have him be a little helpful to what's going on?
Well,
What's
what I
not
was
helpful
thinking
about
is even they can breathe in water or in
I don't think that's true.
air.
An
I'm
otter can
90% sure
breathe in
that
water.
otters have to breathe air.
Yeah, but they're amorphous. This otter, I'm telling you, is amorphous. They can work
That's
in
too
both.
many syllables.
Amphibious? Is that
That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, that just means they.
Oh, I thought you said amorphous.
I'm
like
ex-
a
Well,
dude.
There's also
well, I mean,
amorphous.
like my primal companion. Like you remember.
Skye can change
can breathe underwater too.
these
So-
creatures.
They all carry the same soul,
Huh?
and that
Correct.
soul is the companion. Does that make more sense? It's
Hold on,
it's
they
kind of
all have the
complex.
same
Skye,
soul?
I'm still coming
Skye
to an
has a
understanding.
spiritual friend
Yes.
that can take many shapes
Yes.
of animals.
Right. Are you
Ah.
suggesting
That is,
that bird you had earlier can breathe
Yes.
underwater?
No,
and
Then
as
why
an
would the
otter,
otter be able to if they're the same thing?
because they're in a different form.
Yeah, but an
It's the
otter
same
itself
spirit.
can't breathe underwater.
Well,
This
it can
one
hold its
can't.
breath for a long time, which it
Okay.
might as well be able to breathe.
If hold
Here's
on,
the thing:
Skye,
it's gonna sit on my shoulders. We'll be fine. Like if I attack, it'll just.
Does it know
bounce.
magic?
Skye, if you made me your water creature, can I breathe underwater?
I
No,
don't know if that's how that works.
So otters can
You
breathe
are a
up to 8
different
minutes underwater.
spirit,
Fun
bro.
fact.
No, there's no way they breathe. They
Breathe
stop-
or hold
No,
their breath?
hold their breath
Yes.
underwater, but they
They could
yeah, they don't
survive.
have
Two
gills.
different things.
Yeah.
Like you can say, oh, a sea turtle can spend hours underwater.
But-
yeah, cool.
No,
You
but
don't
what
try
I'm
and try to
saying
breathe.
is by virtue of being in this form, it is an otter to us. That is the closest thing that is on this plane of existence.
Oh,
But
are you
it
saying
is
it's a
an
water elemental?
amphibious creature. It can breathe in the air and water, even though it is to us on the outward appearance an otter. It,
I
it, it
see.
So
as
you-
much could be an
It has-
octopus.
You're saying
So if I
specifically
throw
has
that
the
thing into
ability
the
to
water, it'll be
breathe
fine.
in underwater.
Don't throw it. And then something about underwater. I apologize. Ragnar was scaring me for a moment.
You're saying that this individual creature has the ability to breathe underwater.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
I thought you were making the general statement that all otters can breathe.
No. Apologies.
That was a problem.
You guys were asking about my other companion. I just wanted you all to meet them. I felt like this was a nice time, and
Does it know
and,
magic?
and maybe I created more drama than I wanted.
Does it have a little rock that it hits people with?
It's a little seashell, but yes.
Nice. Can we give it a weapon?
I haven't tried that.
Like if we give it like a hammer, it can go.
Joe, you're muted.
That's cool because what I said is, as this is riveting conversation, we are at the end of our time now.
Yeah, other time.
I'm like, why are they
You don't
still
wanna go
talking? Damn it!
other places.
Yeah, so we do play this
We
session
keep on of
from 7:30 to 10:30 every single Wednesday. Again, this is our 22nd session now, so you can go to which I realize the YouTube link is not in the Twitch description. We need to add
It is
that.
not. We can only have so many links.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
lame. Well, anyways,
At
it's
our
at
current level.
youtube.com/ampersand, right?
Yep.
Adventures on Tap,
Orlando.
Orlando. Yeah, so you can check you can check out all those old or previous sessions that we did. But if you're new, thanks for joining. Again, we'll be here next week. Well, actually, we will not. We will not be here next week. We're trying to figure out what we are going to do. It may be a one shot. It may be something special. Who knows? But show up next Wednesday and you will find out. But
Keep
you
an
can
eye on our
also keep an eye
Instagram.
on our schedule as well.
Mhm.
Yep, and Instagram. But without further ado, have a great rest of the night. Hopefully, we'll see you at our event this Saturday or another event close by. But have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Good night.